Here.
Not done then with bleach and shrapnel. Okay, moving on then.
Hello, Twitch. Oi, oi, oi. Alright, cool. Got that set up. Alright, so where we last left off, you guys were traveling across the Silt Sea. You were traveling in a northward direction. We have a cool map now that you can all look at and see the red line of your travel. Just like an Indiana Jones movie, you started out at Bitterwell. After your adventures on Lake Island with the Giants, you started out at Bitterwell and you traveled for days and days and days and days. They have to hug the coast because the silt skimmer is a wheeled vehicle and it can't go into the deep parts of the silt. It has to stay in these shallow parts here. So, the navigator says that you can cross from here to here, but you have to cross at the right spot. So that's going to happen tonight. And you're going to go through a particularly deep part of the silt where the ship will be rather low into the silt. They can't even make this passage if the ship were laden with goods. We'd have to go all the way around the interior of this twisty inner part of the Silt Sea where it goes into the land here. What's up?
So is there some kind of rope with a rock on it or some other device I could use to scout out ahead and check the depth and make sure that we're at the right spot? Or is that something that the navigators already pretty much got down pat and it's not going to be an issue? I just, it would be something that I would want to do as someone.
The dwarves would be happy to have you scout ahead a little bit, and yeah, they can devise some sort of anchor that you can use to test it.
Okay.
It's a bit burdensome, but you can walk on the silt and you can go out there and drop anchor in a few spots and then hoist it up to see if it's deep enough.
Right.
Very nice.
They'll use some paint to measure the depth that their vehicle can travel at, and if it's deeper than that, you're not going to be able to go that way.
Okay.
That's actually sounds pretty cool.
They are relatively confident. They've made this passage several times before, but it's always good just to be careful. Who knows, the shifting sands could have made it deeper than they expect, and they wouldn't want to get mired here in the middle of nowhere.
Imagine if you had planned for us to get stuck in that straight, that crossing, that I'm not going to beat plot, but it's something that I would want to do anyway.
All right, so that's pretty much what happens during the course of the day. You're going to be testing the depth, and the crow's nest has one of the dwarves, and he's keeping a lookout for any dangerous monsters that could be lurking nearby.
I will be on the deck watching him, making sure he's good, ready to throw a rope if he needs it, or jump to help him.
Thank you, Taurus. I do a little salute.
I got you, Bubba.
Okay, so we basically have 4 watches that need to be covered throughout the day. You got the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and the night. So who's got what watch?
I'll take morning.
Yeah.
I'll be on whenever Orin's on.
I think Oren's doing the all day. He's testing the depth sort of thing.
As much as I can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just
14
stick
for the morning.
around. I'll just stick around and assist him. I'll assist whoever's on deck. I'll just, I won't be the primary on duty.
Okay. Does anybody want to make the roll for noon?
For what?
The afternoon.
Perception check.
Perception
I'll
check.
do it. I'll do it.
Guard duty. So the day is basically progressing pretty boring. You're tasked with watching out for monsters. The churn of the wheels is very methodical and rhythmic and almost hypnotic. And the sound of the wind creates this constant white noise. It's enough to make everybody almost a little bit lazy about it. 22 is actually a really good roll. It's above your passive.
I would assume like my character is he's on shift all day, but he's like taking breaks and stuff and just stands up every so often to check on Orin.
Alright. Well, I would say the most you could do is probably 3 watches. But Go ahead and roll for that, and I'll just do an overarching number for all three.
This is the perception, right?
Uh-huh. Yes. So this will be you standing on the deck of the ship in the wind with your mask on, dealing with all the grit and the sand blowing in your face for hours and hours and hours. Barely able to see anywhere. Hardly able to see anything with a 15. Cool.
That's just like my assist to everybody, I guess.
Who wants to be on watch in the evening? I'm going to say Sia. And I'm going to roll for him because he's not here to roll for himself. In the evening, he gets a natural 18. Not bad. And then who wants to be on guard at night? The late night after midnight.
I'll do night again because
I will accompany you, Grimorn. I will assist you.
yeah, because that's when we're going to go across the deeper parts, huh?
Okay, so you sort of split it up. You take a nap in the evening, and you go back on guard duty afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you wanted to roll again as well, Lon?
27. Yeah.
Cool. And Chris, what was your other roll?
I got 19.
19. That's your average. Your passive is 19, so you can't really go below your passive.
I know.
Okay, so that's going to be like on guard duty. You guys are being careful, making sure you don't encounter anything dangerous as you're doing the crossing. So, with an 18 in the evening, right at the end of his shift, Sia is yawning and saying, "This is incredibly boring. I think I'll go below decks and entertain the moles." And he takes his musical instrument and begins to go below decks just at the same time as Morg and Grimorn decided to come up and take their watch for the very late, blackest part of night. And right when the changing of the guard is happening there, you hear a noise. Something's going on, and then suddenly there's a jolting stop to the vessel as everything lurches to a halt. All of you are thrown from your feet unless you can make a DC 15 dexterity save. Sia gets a nat 20, and he does a little cartwheel and lands on one foot as if he hardly noticed and continues to play his instrument. Or I should say Soul does that.
Ooh, 3.
21.
23 on my reflex save.
So Morg, you are knocked prone. You skid across the deck at a hard slide towards the front of the ship as all of its momentum comes to a stop.
Is he in my path or?
Yeah, you can grab for him if you want. All right, so Grimorn grabs your hand and brings you to a halt as you're about to skid past him. All right, something has stopped the ship in its tracks. The moles let out a shout. "Did we hit something? I thought you were on watch," from below decks. You can barely hear them.
I didn't even notice that.
Is everything all right down there, Orin?
I can't roll
That's what I
for
wanted
the.
to know. I figured I was
I can't roll for the thing. Could you?
out and about at this time.
What do you want to roll for, Taro? Perception check?
Not fall over.
Oh, the not fall over. Got you. What's your dex bonus? I only rolled a 9.
Yeah, I think I fail then.
Okay. So, Ringsight skids along the ground, tumbling end over end. Omen is flying around and will come down and land and help bring you to a stop. Okay.
Am I outside at this time? This is dead of night, right? It's dark.
It was pretty late, but if you were still doing the job, yeah, you'd still be out there. You'd be very tired at this point after a long day of work.
Do I have a,
So you did
level of
morning,
exhaustion?
morning, evening, sorry, morning, day, evening, and night. You're doing it.
I don't know. How long is the
I'll be
duration
back
of
in a
the
minute.
Yeah,
gas?
he's pretty much been doing it all day, as far as I can tell. The ship's been continuing to move, and that means he's been testing.
So I've been out
Okay.
there too. Or I've been out too.
Oh yeah. So you will skip your 15 perception check because you were out helping him. Okay, so it seems as if there's a rock that's below the surface of the silt, below the visible level, and the ship has struck it. The navigator lets out a cry of protest and he says, "Ach, it's not me fault! There was never a rock here before!"
Hmm.
I say we should just move the rock.
Do any of the dwarves have earth magic?
They don't. They're just
Do it.
sailors.
Hmm. Can Taurus, can you bust up the rock with your big hammer?
Now hold on, Morg, you hear something else.
Oh,
There-
Yeah.
There's a sound. There's a sound like click-clack and a skittering noise.
I hear something moving around. I don't think it's a rock.
I imagine I hear it too if I'm outside.
All right, so
Is it coming from below deck?
Is it? Can I announce a shout of alarm and ambush? We're under attack.
yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
announce that?
Do that.
Okay.
Grab my bag of figurines here.
This is the front of the deck.
All right, so suddenly a bunch of skeletons are going to leap onto the ship,
Whoa.
climbing over the side and attacking the crew.
All right, now, can I put my mini down? I guess my mini will be outside. I'm gonna put that over here, I guess. No puppy. Get down.
I would have moved one of these ballistas back to the back already. Out of the way.
Okay, so the way I described it, the ship was lower in the silt, so it's right up to the window. So what happens is suddenly a bunch of these skeletal figures are going to emerge from the silt and barge into the ship. So
Where's tentacles come from over here?
those were ripped off of a silt horror in your last encounter, and those are delicious meat to be cooked up.
Where's the cooking area? Oh, we're just leaving them in there.
You probably would have brought them below decks. This is more of like an area for people to rest and recuperate. So they'd bring that down into the storage area and put them into some jars with some either some sort of like brine or maybe like a vinegar, something to preserve them, some salt or something. They don't want those going bad. That's some good meat.
Alright, I'm gonna join the game on the channel.
Oh yeah, excellent, excellent. So. Yeah, as I described, there's skeletons. They pour in through the four windows of the ship suddenly. There's got to be a bunch of them. You can hear the protests of the crew below deck crying out in terror. And we're going to roll in an initiative.
Pretty good.
Actually, I need to change this. Clear.
Okay.
What the crap is that? All right.
Oh, good thing Jordan has advantage on the one.
I know, I was like, God damn.
See,
Well,
he gets
I'm
a
just
21.
busy.
Lucky day. I'm rolling great for him.
Pretty good rolls, except for Skyhole.
Yeah.
Taro, you
I'm
already rolled?
so focused on the taking depth.
Measuring.
Like they jump up right as I'm reeling up the rope or something.
Hey, Taro, do you want me to roll for you?
I'm surprised you didn't get attacked out there on the silty.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I have rolled and 14.
Not bad.
Thank you.
What's your text mod too?
Nothing.
Nothing. So
Alright,
just 14.
alright.
All right, cool.
Initiative or what?
Yeah, roll an initiative. A whole bunch of skeletons have just poured in through the windows on the sides of the ship and attacked the crew.
Okay.
None of them were visible. They were all below the silt. They emerged from the silt, climbing up onto the ship and into the windows.
Initiative is on in.
All right, I'm going to roll it. Bada bang. So, Taurus, you're the first act. What are you going to do?
Like I said in chat, finally, I've been so bored today. And look around. I don't see anything. If I hear the screams down below,
You sure do.
I'll charge down this one here. It's 15 to the thing. So 15. And I'll come down another 10. I'll go ahead and rage for that. So let me use a rage. 1 second. Right. Rage. Okay, so I've raged. I've raged now, so I use my 25 free. When I get to the bottom of the steps, do I hear it over to my right or farther down below?
Okay, when you get to the bottom of the steps, you think you need to continue down the stairs to get to the sound of the chaos that is breaking out. So you keep right on down the central staircase into that hallway.
5, 10, 25, 30, 40. And this is 45. So 45 gets me into the hall, right at the hall. Door.
All right.
At that point, I hear everything, right? So everything's clear.
At that point, you are well aware that the dwarves are fighting for their lives against a bunch of clattering bones and tattered rags wielding whatever weapons they held in their mortal hands as they died. The undead rising from their graves in the silt to murder anything that lives.
Well, I care about all these dwarfs. I especially care about Copeland more. So, but I got 45 left to go. I'll probably charge. I'll probably make a dash to protect Copeland. So I'll come past this, and I'll be like, oh, no. If I still hear screams, from the wall, I'll charge to Copeland and come in this room.
Okay.
Stand right there in front of Copeland, protect his body, and get ready to help this guy.
All right, you run up and you pop open the door, revealing the undead fighting a dwarf. He's struggling, but they're grappling him and dragging him out the window into the silt. He's like hanging onto the railing. His eyes are wide. He's letting out a shriek because he doesn't want to be pulled into the silt where he'll be drowned by these undead. And so he's just clinging on with his fingertips.
Sorry.
Nice descriptions.
In my bonus action. Oh, I bonus action rage. That's right. Okay, I'm good.
All right. So, Sia not being here, he is going to.
Oh, do I have reach? Hold on. I have reach on these guys if they hit that guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. If they hit this guy.
Okay.
I'll have reach.
You'll swing on him. All right. Where are you at? Where's he hiding? Anybody see a soul? Yeah, there he is. Cool. So from here, he was heading below decks, right? I'm actually going to give him a little bit of a head start. I'm going to say he was already heading down the stairs when all this started. So he's going to continue from here. All right. So he gets here with a dash. And he says, "What the hell's going on here?" And then he gives a bardic inspiration to Taurus. He's like, I'm here to help." And so he's giving you moral support, which gives you that little boost.
I love it. I tell him, save them. I point towards the ones.
You got it! He uses his fighter action surge to make a ranged attack or two against the... Let's see, this skeleton priest here.
And one day you may find yourself on a boat, on a silt skimmer. And you may wonder, how the hell did I get here?
Alright, so he hits that skeleton right in the shoulder blade, and the arrow goes through and knocks a couple of its ribs off, and the skeleton just kind of like shakes it off. Alright, so, Chris, what are you doing? Sudden chaos below decks. There's a rock blocking the path directly ahead of the ship. Here, let me add the rock. Suddenly, a rock. No, that's too big.
Well, it wasn't a rock.
It's a rock.
It was a rock. Lobster.
An enormous boulder that must weigh 1,000 pounds. What an obstacle. Where did that come from?
I gotta hear it.
Yeah.
Chris?
Can I go down like the corners, I guess?
Yeah. You enter the staircase in those little buildings.
That rock is not moving.
It looks heavy. You can only see the tip of it sticking out like an iceberg.
What the hell was Oren doing?
Yeah.
I've run down here.
I'm hauling up some, rock on the end of a line right now. Like,
Now,
what the heck?
Oren, you'd swear that rock wasn't there.
Oh, really? Well, so I'm just so incredulous as to how this is happening. I know it's an attack.
It's as if a rock just emerged from below and just got in the way of the vessel, like after the fact. It wasn't there when you passed.
Okay.
They have terrain magic.
Where are these skeletons?
Also, after Jodab's turn, the ship takes 6 damage here, and this wall is blasted off.
Holy.
Oh, we're getting attacked from the side now?
Whoa.
Alright, some sort of like rock smashes through the banister here and sends part of the railing flying into the canopy that covers the upper observation deck here, and it sends splinters and debris scattering. This dwarf falls over. Some of the debris spatters him. It passes right through the wind elemental. Doesn't reach as far as Grimorn there, but you can see it. You can see this rock sailing through the ship like a cannonball, and then bouncing across the deck and then over the other side.
Was it thrown?
What the?
It came out of the silt.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy, kids.
If it's a rock lobster, I'm gonna be freaking
How
out.
many how far down are the skeletons, pretty much?
2 decks down.
How much distance would that be for my character there?
The fastest route would be to jump over the side and land on the balcony.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna do that, I guess.
All right. It's a bit of a fall, though.
How bad?
So if you're here, it's probably... Let's see, how many feet is a deck? 7? 14-foot fall? So if you jump off... which side are you jumping off here?
Like this side here.
This side, which means you'd fall to this window over here.
Yeah.
So if you can roll an acrobatics, you can mitigate that fall damage. Otherwise, it's gonna hurt a little bit when you land.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's give it a try.
You're pulling a Taurus, learning from the half giant, trying to solve everything by jumping.
I hurt myself.
Okay. Unfortunately, I rolled max on that. You take 6 damage to your ankle as you hit the deck.
Okay. That's fine. I took it off. These skeletons, do they look like regular little skeletons?
Okay, when you look at the skeleton, you can barely recognize what they were when they were alive. It seems as if they're so weathered. The skin on their bones is incredibly dry. It's just like a tissue paper of skin clinging to their dry bones. But they're also dressed in these sort of like checkered blue robes. All of them have sort of like matching priestly tabards that are these like blue robes, but they're shredded. They're so ancient and weathered that you could barely tell that they're blue anymore because they're just so sandblasted by time.
Okay, but they look like regular skeletons, huh?
Yeah, for the most part, it just looks like a skeleton that's wearing a certain kind of outfit.
So I'll move here. I'll move around them. And then I will cast the Destroy Undead. So anything around me in the 30-foot radius?
Okay, so you cast your Destroy Undead with all of your priestly power, and unlike other times when you've attacked minor undead with your religious might, these undead do not die immediately. Something, like some sort of aura around them, protects them almost. It's as if your religiosity hits a wall when it hits them, and they just completely ignore it.
Okay.
Wow.
It says here, turn immunity, immune to the effects that turn undead, except from ...
These little cocksuckers. Well, I guess that's using my action there.
Okay, cool. Morg, what are you gonna do?
I hear the screamings and I sprint down the stairways, making a dash and reaching over here. And I'll use my bonus action to wild shape to one of my elemental forms. I will be a air elemental.
Form of air elemental. Swoosh.
Oh, is it my turn?
Morg just turned into an air elemental. He's going down there. That's a pretty smart move. They're not going to be able to drag you overboard if you're an air elemental. Okay, so something strange happens. A weird effect transpires here at the front of the ship. Several of the dwarves were manning one of the ballista when this weird magic seemed to permeate the ballista, and the ballista suddenly begins to warp and shift and move on its own. It spins around, attacking, lashing out at its crew with an attack roll. The ballista, it has a 14 to hit. The dwarf jumps out of the way moments before the crushing wheels of the ballista would run him over. So the dwarf, he dodges to the side, he jumps out of the way. The ballista fires with a twang, and its ballista bolt is going to hit this dwarf, and he's going to go smashing through the entire canopy and out the other side of the ship, out into here with a ballista bolt through his chest. He's just insta-dead.
What the fuck?
The ballista has become an animated large creature and has attacked both with a ballista shot that it can only do once, and with a running over with its wheels, trying to run over a dwarf. So this dwarf has dodged that. The other one did not. Keep him here. That was the thing. Ringsight, what do you do?
I guess I should have stayed up there.
Have ammo on it?
No, the ammo is like all kept off to the side, so it can't reload itself.
Okay. I tell all the dwarves to get below deck.
Yeah. Okay.
And help reinforce the failing stuff down there. Meaning, like, both the ship and everyone who's fighting.
Alright, the dwarves are going to hear what you say, and this dwarf, he's going to run over here and down here to these other dwarves, and he says, "Don't go up on that upper deck, it's so dangerous!" This dwarf on his hands and knees, he comes tumbling down the stairs and lands, like, ass up over here against the wall, and he says, Oh, the ballista tried to kill me! And the other dwarves are like, "Are you drunk?" He says, "No, for real, the ballista tried to kill me." Alright, this other dwarf that was, like, up on the stairs says, "I saw it too! It got Griff!" And they say, "Not Griff, no!" Alright, so this dwarf here, he grabs this dwarf and he tries to, like, help him down below decks as well. So they're all in the stairwell now, clambered together. Okay, you can continue. I'll just move a bunch of the dwarves.
Okay. Air Elemental is to follow Morg and make sure none of the dwarves fall below deck. Or fall off the ship into the sea.
Alright. Following Morg.
Okay. Okay. Omen, occupy the ballista.
Occupy, what do you mean? Attack
Keep
it?
its attention, but focus on not getting killed by it.
Well, the best way to get its attention would be to get in the fight, huh?
Distract
I don't know,
it.
peck out its wheels. Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Unwheel the ballista. Alright, now that all that's done...
Oh, shit. I rolled bad. Does he have any kind of advantage? Let's see. How could he get advantage in this situation? He was attacking from the air. He flew down at it. That gives him, like, height advantage. He has the high ground, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so instead of a 1, he rolls a 15. What's the damage on Tarax? I don't have the stats right in front of me.
Tarax, not Tarask.
Tarax, P-T-E-R-R-A-X.
Yes, that.
His damage on a claw is a d6 plus 3. He can make 3 attacks, 2 claws, and a bite, so... His other claw... Oh, I rolled another one, but with advantage he'd have a 13 on that. With a plus 5, so he hit twice, which means your Tarax is going to do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage to its wheel. Not bad. How many hit points can a ballista have after all? Okay, so after he dives in and attacks, do you want him to get out of there? Like you said, yeah, don't get killed, right? So you want him to fly back into the air?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, no, because Koblin's down there, so just stay.
Okay. Stay. Stay he does.
58 points.
He is attached to that wheel. He's trying to, like, lift it into the air, but he can't.
A ballista has 50
Alright.
HP. Armor class 15.
Can I see?
Ooh, you metagamer, you've guessed my stats.
Oh, I thought you were asking the question.
No, I'm just
I thought you were asking.
I'm just kidding anyway. Nope. So it does in fact have 50 hit points. So getting there.
The possession could change it. The animation effect could change that if you wanted to.
That's
Well,
true.
we had to
That's
look
true.
at the ballista before when I had to pick it up.
Yeah.
So you said there was a hole in the ship from a rock.
It's as if
Yeah.
the top of the ship has sort of a banister that goes around it that keeps you from falling overboard, and one of those has been obliterated by some sort of rock that came flying towards the ship.
I move towards that. Can I see the lower levels?
No, there's not that much damage. So if you're in here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you can get pretty close to it, and it doesn't look like it's put a hole in the ship. It's only damaged the banister itself. The deck is safe.
Wasn't a rock, dude.
Let's see here.
It was a rock lobster.
There, to minimize confusion, we can use two different elementals. His and yours. So, there's the Morgue elemental,
Where are
and then
the
there's
skeletons?
the air elemental. 2 decks down, there's the main cabins for the officers, and they all have a balcony. And the undead came pouring in through these windows on the balconies there.
What's the fastest way for me to get down this?
Jump down. It's a 14-foot drop. You'll take some fall damage.
Air elemental. Fly.
No. He's talking about his physical body.
What's the save to not take that?
Oh, there's a acrobatics check. If you can get a DC 15 on acrobatics, you can tuck and roll and minimize. You can reduce the fall damage by 10 feet. And there's actually no damage for a 5-foot fall.
I would've jumped.
Nope. I'm using the tattoo on my right arm. I'm casting fly.
Okay, so you can now fly, and you fly down. Well, actually, you're out of movement, but you're just able to fly now.
Fly give you
Fly
extra
gives you
movement?
60. How far have you already moved?
He already moved 30 feet.
Fly would give him 60.
Would I get 30 more feet then? Or how does that work?
He has
That's
fly
not
60 when he casts a
30.
spell, so I guess he could still have 30 feet then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how the conversion on that would work, so we'll just give it to you. You fly down to the balcony. Here you are. It sounds good. Why not? So you'll see there's a dwarf, and he is currently clinging on to the couch, as one skeleton priest has him like sort of in a headlock, and another one has him around the body, and this third one is right next to you and has him by one of his legs and is trying to like drag him away from the couch and over the edge into the silt. So all of them are kind of occupied when you land here, and all of these 3 skeletons, they're just going to turn and look at you with these sightless faces. You can't really read their expressions because they don't have any features, but they all look kind of angry that you're here.
What, me?
No. Ringsight just dropped down into that room there with 3 skeletons. Okay, so that's your turn.
How
I think.
about we talk about this? End of turn.
So, Oren, what are you going to do from out there outside the
Okay.
ship?
So, I've been thinking about this. Now, first of all, the layer of the ship is actually here, right? The third layer is pretty much the silt level, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing is, at this point, I kind of figure I've hauled up the rope. I'm ready to go ahead and move, and with the stone on it. And I did a perception check before, and all I had was a 14. I didn't see anything like, out around beside, like, for example, where that stone would have come from, right?
It must have just emerged up out of the silt.
It just
That's all you
emerged
can
out of the
figure.
silt. Now, can I make an extra? Is there an action cost to me making another perception check?
Okay, so in combat, if you do want to make a solid perception check and try to spot something you couldn't detect before, it will be your action.
Then forget that. I'm gonna start fighting stuff. I don't want to wait around.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do. If I do a move here, what is that? 225, 30. Okay, there's a 30. That gets me to the banister. So that's the opposite side that ring sight was. I'm going over to the opposite side. Can I throw? What? Who?
That's where Grimorn's at.
Yeah, I don't know that yet, but I'm trying to make sure that we cover all the bases here. And so he goes over there. I'm gonna go over on this side. There's a sailor dwarf that's in combat with a skeleton priest here, right? Am I able to get line of sight on that?
I don't think you can see from room to room. You could probably see into the room you're nearest.
No, but I mean to
That's
say
what
just
you're talking about, yeah.
that's what I mean to say is
Talking
would I
about
be
this
able
guy,
to?
can you see this?
Yeah, from where you're at, for sure. You can see him right there.
Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and throw a mine knife at.
Yeah, anytime you're unsure, you want to like draw a line from the corner of your square, and if you can touch the corner of his square, you should be able to touch him.
My concern was that I would.
I know the positions are a little bit funky because they don't really fit in here. So one of them's in this square, one of them's in this square, and one of them's in this square.
But I was wondering if it was raised up, like if I were able to see into the banister. But that is my attack roll. 17.
I don't know. The banister doesn't block your view. It's sort of like a low wall, and it's got slats, so you can actually like see in between them. So it doesn't really block your view so much, but you would have to hop over it to get into there.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, there we have it. 17. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what that means is I'm going to try to be saving this poor, unfortunate soul of a dwarf from the clutches of the undead, and to the effect of 26 damage, as we spoke about before.
Nice. All right. So you hit him in just the right spot in one of his vertebrae in his neck, and you take his head off, and the body crumbles.
Get to safety, men!
All right. So the arms of that dwarf are let loose, and he begins to kick his feet to break free of this other one here. He scrabbles up with his remaining movement to a standing position. The other skeleton over here, as he's standing up from prone, tries to stab him with a nasty-looking dagger, and ooh, he does 5 damage to the dwarf, who lets out a cry. He's now got a dagger sticking out of his back, and he hunches over in pain. It's kind of weird. The table is resizing itself. Are you doing something?
Oh, that was me. I accidentally made it larger because I was trying to make the air elemental bigger, and I accidentally was touching the step.
All right. So you still have a bonus action, right? Or did you use
me?
it?
Well, I kind of assumed I was already using it with regards to the body equilibrium. Although I could use that extra bonus action. That includes movement. It was a dash, modified feat, I guess. So I guess I could use that to jump up in here and get into combat, boop, like that. But that's about it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to use a whole action towards trying to find something else when there's clearly a threat that I can manage right now.
The skeleton next to you has a 19 to stab you with a dagger. Does that hit?
That does.
Ooh, wow. He hit you for 8 stabby damage in one of your shoulders. And he just sort of opens his mouth and what would be a scream, but he doesn't make any sound.
Huh.
The other one already attacked this dwarf.
What's up here?
Is there one of the skeletons that walked away from me?
No, I haven't done anything yet with them yet. Okay, over here in this room, there's these 3, and they're on this dwarf and ring sight. So this one's going to let go of the dwarf, and it's going to look at ring sight, and it's going to try to stab him with a nasty curved dagger. He's only got a 10 to hit, which does not hit, and he's just going to open his mouth in a silent re. The other 2, they've got that dwarf in a grapple, and they're going to try to drag the dwarf with a strength check. The one rolls a 1, the other one rolls a 17. All right. The sailor dwarf is overpowered and is dragged overboard by one of the skeletons. And he goes down into the silt with a bit of a scream, but he's a trained sailor, and so you hear him suck in air before he hits the silt. So he can hold his breath as long as possible. But he is now overboard. The other one has moved into this position here. Then in this room, these 3, 2 of them see Taurus come into the room. Taurus, you still had your thing. You were going to use your reaction when they did something to the sailor dwarf. So the one, he pays no mind to you. He tries to do something to the sailor dwarf, which triggers your attack of opportunity from Sentinel.
No, boom! I fucking bust him down. Not so fast. Oh, fuck. So I hit him with a. A 30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit exceptionally.
And first hit. I'm not gonna do booming on it.
It is a skeleton. Do you really have to? Blasted to fragments. He dies.
Hold on. Oh yeah, that was enough right there.
He is a skeleton priest. He might have been protected by priestly power.
That was radiant damage also.
Yeah. With a flash, he explodes.
Blunt and bludgeoning and radiant damage.
That's pretty much the perfect combination to kill a bony undead, as like one of these skeletons is.
Yep.
So, immediately after your attack of opportunity triggers, you do save the dwarf, but the other 2 skeletons, they turn to attack you. So, here come 2 attacks. We've got
I have to say something.
What's up?
It's hard. It's like you saved the villager, but then the skeletal cultists turn to you. It's slightly less imposing when the guy they're turning to is a mountain with a giant hammer that disintegrates you with a power and noise.
Also, when both of them stab with their tiny daggers and they like bend on his skin and he doesn't even notice and it does no damage at all, and the skeletons just look at each other like, fuck. But they can't talk. They don't have vocal cords.
Well, I just smashed one of their friends in one shot.
Yeah. In this room, one.
What'd you roll? What?
Oh, you want to know what I rolled? I rolled a 14 and I rolled a 16. Neither of those hits.
Yeah. You're like, nah, not even worth my time.
Sorry to interrupt again, but I just realized something.
What's up?
What's the elemental's name?
You could name it whatever you want. It's up to
Not
you.
absolutely
You
no.
given me a name before.
Okay, so, Chris, this skeleton is going to approach you with a grapple attempt. Nat 20, you are grappled. Damn. Okay, once the skeleton has you grappled, it makes a strength check to try to pull you out of the ship. I've got a 13 to drag you. Are you dragged? Roll a strength save.
Yeah.
Or you could roll in athletics, but I don't think that's going to help.
I see this happening from where I am.
Don't make a difference.
I don't think the door's open.
You can defend with
19.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
shit!
The skeleton,
Oh, shit!
the skeleton does his best wrestling move. He goes for the double leg takedown, and you're just like, "Nuh-uh, son, you don't got the body mass for me." Okay, so
I've been wrestling with Taurus.
the other skeleton turns at Orin and makes a stab. Orin, that is an 18 to hit.
18. Well, actually, now that it will hit me, yes,
Oh, wow.
because it matches, right? If it matches,
Yeah.
then
If it matches, it hits. He slashes at an open spot between the gaps in your armor for 8 damage. Okay. In addition to that, something else interesting happens. One of the other ballistas on the top of the ship
Uh-oh.
is going to suddenly come to life. And it's going to turn and it's going to fire its ballista bolt. And it's going to destroy this wall here. It sends fragments filling the room and knocking over the couch.
Not the couch.
This dwarf was barely missed by the ballista bolt, and will dive from his hiding spot out onto the deck here in a prone position, narrowly missing sudden death. This other dwarf will run away, thinking his hiding spot was no good anymore. He'll run below decks, or almost make it below deck.
What the heck is the other Terax doing?
The other Terax isn't actually here. It flew off when the chaos on the deck began, so I'm going to put it out here for now. It's circling overhead, so I'll give it some air.
How did they ever survive going through the sea? This boat before.
Right? So dangerous out here,
Well,
right?
To be fair, we kind of attract a lot of problems.
Well, you can see the captain wasn't wrong when he said he needed to hire some tough adventurers to guard his ship, right?
Wait, what are the moles doing?
The moles are below deck, cowering.
Of course.
I mean, they don't have any weapons. They don't have any combat training. They're real athletic. I guess they could wrestle. They could wrestle and punch.
We don't wrestle.
They are not gladiator moths.
All right. So that was this ballista. I wish I could recolor the whole thing, but all I can do is make the tip of the arrow pink to indicate that it's an animated object now. Okay. Back to the top, Taurus. Two angry skeletons are looking at you with their stabby daggers.
That's easy. I smashed both of them.
Mhm.
So I'll smash the one, and then I'll smash the next one. Okay, you want to roll?
Always.
28 on the first one. It's gonna be a 2d8 smash damage.
They actually have vulnerability to bludgeoning, so on top of whatever you're rolling, there's like even an extra d10 on top. So that would have been an extra 5 damage on that one, and an extra 1 damage on the other one.
Is that enough to kill it, or do you want me to reroll the exceptional?
They are obliterated. Skeleton priest bits scatter throughout the room.
That was 24 for the first one.
24 for the first one. All right, roll the second one.
Second one. Another 16, 28 for that one as well.
Okay. Smash, smash.
I'll boom this one. Because I haven't heard the boom happen yet. Here comes the boom. Is 22 enough or do I need exceptional? That's bludgeoning, no radiant.
Yeah.
The other one had radiant.
Skeletons are pretty easy to hit.
Okay.
Especially ones in robes. If he had some chainmail on, it'd be a different story, but a skeleton in a robe is
So
hard to
there
miss.
goes the boom. Here comes the boom, ready or not. This room seems clear. Where's Copeland? Copeland's okay?
This dwarf, he says, "Oh, thank you, you've saved me." And he immediately closes the shutters and barricades the window in case any more are outside. He says, "Quickly, see to the others."
Copeland looks okay, right? He's just sitting here in the doorway.
Yeah, he's like, he was ducked down next to the couch, and he's like, "Whew. Ah, safe."
And I have 45 to move.
He helps barricade the window.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I want to get on the other side of these guys and block them from leaving.
You're gonna get behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do, like some sort of jump? You just jump over him?
Yeah, we'll just say that. I jumped over them and got in the doorway.
Just like in Diablo, the barbarian leaps into action.
I've already used both of my actions. My bonus action, I will. If they can hear you. I would hope that everyone can hear me down here. I'm only 45 feet from these guys. I would hope they can hear me. But I'm going to go ahead and do my Zealous Presence. 10 creatures of my choice within 60 feet gain advantage. Advantage on attack rolls, saving throws until the start of my next turn. So I'll do this Sailor Dwarf. This Sailor Dwarf, Orin.
Soul.
3. Soul, yeah. Soul's 4.
Okay.
From, Mork.
And you said that was advantage on
Saving throws and attack rolls.
attack rolls, yeah.
The Morn. 3, 4, 5. 6. 7. That's 7 right there. Wait, am I close? Yeah, that's 50. I'm 50 away from that one. So he has a saving throw advantage as well. And I guess I'll give the elemental as well. That's 8. How far are you, Morg? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I'm 70 from Morg. What's Coblin upstairs? No, Coblin? Upstairs? Not sure if I'm close enough to him. I mean, it would be a straight up to the left.
Does it go through floorboards? Does it go through floors and ceilings?
60 feet if they can hear me. I'm in the window, like I'm actually on the balcony.
Are you just screaming as loud as you possibly can?
Exactly.
All right.
So
I just imagine him yelling "wah" like a Warhammer orc.
Wah!
And I'll give it to
wow.
Copeland too.
I couldn't do it.
Copeland.
Not that kind of "wah."
I know. I wanted it to be though.
That's what I did. That's what I did. It's let it be known. I did a wah That's my
Miss
turn.
Amelia? Nice. You like it like now?
Ooh, wow. Nat 20. Okay, so after Taurus's turn, Sol is going to run down the hall to check on the other rooms and see that Ring Sight is in this room with like 3 skeletons, and there's a dwarf that's been dragged overboard. He's going to fire a critical hit, which hits the skeleton priest in the back. Nat 20.
Shatters bludgeoning damage, by the way. Oh wait.
Sorry, who did what just now?
So 9 damage is done to this priest. And he's going to charge it. He's going to charge it
Where?
for 3 extra lightning damage. That puts it at 12. Here, I'll point it out. So, Sia's character Sol was at the end of the hall here. He uses movement to run here, and then from here he fires an arrow from here to here. And he's like, I see you need some help there, and he fires an arrow to help you out, shooting one of the skeletons in the back. But arrows don't do a whole lot of damage to this one, and the lightning that he added to it didn't do a whole lot of damage either. So he just sort of shrugs and says, well, I tried.
Is it my turn then?
It's Kreese's turn, actually.
Oh. I missed my turn at some point.
Okay.
If you look at the initiative on the right side of the screen, it goes Kreese, Morg, the Thing, and then you.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast a spell on myself. Freedom of movement.
No. Well, I guess he can't be grappled then.
No, and I escaped this grapple. And I'm gonna move. It gives me a 5-foot movement to walk away from this here.
Does it prevent me from doing an attack of opportunity?
Give me a second. What does it say?
I don't remember it doing that.
Spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical terrain, such as restraint, such as manacles or a creature that is grappled. Finally, behind. And I could probably go into the silk and not be caught in there.
Well, I rolled low. 13 would not hit you even if he can get an attack of opportunity.
Nope. And, well, actually, wait a second. I'm gonna move it here. But that's pretty much all I can do right now because I took my action.
A couple more rocks pummeled the ship on the side of the ship. One of them hits this wall here, blasting it apart. So there's like a hole in this room now. The other one hits this wall here, and it only does 4 damage, so I'll mark it. It bounces off the hull of the ship here. So, to everybody inside the ship, there's a resounding wooden thwack noise here and here in these 2 rooms that shakes the ship.
We must stop this creature before it sinks the ship.
Where is it?
I don't know.
It's the rock. The rock cartridge.
Is it the rock?
All right. What are you going to do, Chris?
Oh, I'm done. It takes an action to do that.
Okay, you're done. Sorry. What are you going to do
Yeah, just
long?
move- Yeah.
Can I see what these guys are doing? Like where are they physically at? Because they're kind of messed up.
It's if you look straight down from the top, This one's in this square, and this one's in this square here, and ring sight's in this square down here. It's a little tricky to see, but yeah, that's sort of where they're
And
at.
then what about this one?
This one has gone into this square outside in the silt. He's dragged
Okay.
this dwarf down with him.
I'm gonna do something crazy, and I'm gonna fly through here. And I'm sorry, ring sight, but I'm gonna bury myself in the sand a bit, and like basically have.
You don't know
How
that
far down in the silt is the Sandorf? Is he just like waist deep in there, or is he like under it?
He only just hit it, so he's just under the silt.
Okay, I'm gonna like encase that dwarf. This skeleton underneath me. This one. Wait, can I? Yeah, I'll get those three. I'll move a little bit in here so I'm not grabbing ring sight, and I will use my whirlwind ability to fling the three creatures in my body in a random direction, 20 feet.
All right. Strength save,
They
right?
have to make, DC 13 strength saves.
Well, skeletons don't have much muscle mass, so they are flung.
Okay, they take 3d8 plus 2 bludgeoning damage, and then an extra 1d6 every 10 feet they're thrown.
Yeah, they could go at least 10 feet. You blast them
They
back
only go
into the
10 feet?
walls. Yeah, they go 10 feet.
Okay. They take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, so doubled to 26.
Okay. Both of them are destroyed when their brittle bones hit the wall and shatter.
As grabbing this one. The one underneath me. And the dwarf. I was trying to grab it out of the sand.
Yeah.
And fling it somewhere.
Oh, you weren't flinging back the ones that were in the room?
So you said there was one in this square.
How does your whirlwind choose where to fling people? Doesn't it just fling them outward from where you're at? Did you go under the dwarf?
It says in random directions, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how I'd roll the random directions, or if you just pick
With the D8, and you start with
the D8.
figure out which one is due north and go around. So one should be north, and every other one is north, northwest.
Are you using an attack that does over 20 damage to a sailor dwarf?
Are they that weak?
Yes.
Well, it depends on how far he gets flung, but the regular bludgeoning damage was 10. And then it depends how far he gets flung that he gets extra d6 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d8. Yeah, alright. You fling him straight up.
Okay.
He breaks an arm. Oof.
Yeah, he'll take the 10 damage.
He lets out a shriek, but he lives.
And then, so this one and one of the other priests that were there, they would have gotten flung too, because I can hold 4 creatures in my large body.
Alright. One remains. Alright, a powerful wind attack. At the end of your turn, a thing happens.
You mean the thing happens?
Yeah, alright. The thing happened, and then the thing takes its turn. What to do? ring sight, a rock comes hurtling towards you with +9 to hit. That is a 24 to hit. It does 7 damage.
I guess I'm.
Okay. You get hit in the face with a heavy rock for 7 damage. Thwack. It came right out of the silt. Right out of nowhere, just smacked you in the face. Just like the other rocks that were blasting holes in the wall over there. This one seemed aimed right at you.
Is it my turn then now?
Yeah.
Right. Are there any more of these skeletons?
There's just one, just behind you. He's crouched on the couch. The elemental just destroyed a couple of his friends, and he's crouched low, ready to spring and attack either you or the dwarf that's lying on the floor.
Alright, I interpose myself between, just kind of get right up in there.
Since the dwarf is prone, you could just stand in the space on top of him to protect him. Shield him with your body.
Alright, okay. Draw a Holy Blade, send in spell.
Who do you send to?
This guy, because I don't know where his boss is.
Mindless undead. He does not respond.
Alright, so these are just puppets then.
Seems that way.
Can I still smack him?
Basically an animate dead spell. That sort of thing. He has no will of his own. Yeah, if you want to... Well, what kind of action is your sending? Does that require your action?
I'm pretty sure, yes. I was hoping it... Actually, could I get... Wait. Instead of sending, how about just attempt to establish that a telepathic link? I don't need an entire sending spell
Okay.
to establish mental contact with him.
So you try to use some telepathy on it, and it has no brain, and nothing happens.
Okay. Then he gets Sorcerer's Smite. Once I find the item. I'm just gonna roll the d20 and figure out the relevant modifiers.
Do you want to do it on the table now that you're on here?
I'm doing it. Hold on.
You're doing it.
He's doing it.
Okay, d20.
Do it in your room.
That'll hit.
Is that enough by itself?
Uh-huh. Yes. Skeletons are very easy to hit. He's got an AC of, I think, 11 or 12, something like that.
Alright. I'm fairly confident he's not a good person.
Many undead are naturally
And
chaotic evil by their very nature.
Not neutral.
Yeah, especially the mindless undead, they're just nasty.
It's a weird rule sometimes, doesn't always make sense. Like, well, they're animated by the energy that makes them want to destroy living things. That doesn't make them evil. It just makes them anti-life. It's different.
Sure. Although, to a living person, that would be construed as evil.
Yeah, but if the fire elemental doesn't technically hate you, he just likes the things being on fire. There's not much consolation. There we are. How's that?
Is that a damage roll? 14 damage. He already had a bunch of damage on him, so you're able to finish him off in one blow. Ka-chop!
E3.
He keels over.
What did the last moments of his face look like?
A skull.
What?
A skull.
Even as he's being disintegrated by holy power, nothing.
Yeah, well, he can't really make any kind of expression except for a skull. He can open and close his mouth a little bit. I guess he would open his mouth in a silent scream.
Surprise Pikachu skull.
Okay, so
Wait, where am I, Elemental?
Orin, on the
Yes.
other side here.
Help out people who...
Oh yeah, you want him to do something. Do you want him to go in the other room?
He was told to follow Morg and help out people who had gone overboard.
Oh, oops, I kind of yeeted the one that went overboard.
I mean, go after him. He doesn't necessarily have to stick with him. Just, like, go with him and find people who are in trouble.
Okay, so he's in the room then. Used his move to get in there. Sees that everything's good. But not in the other room. Alright. So, the air elemental is here. I don't think he can reach these undead in this room. Do you want him to dash to get in there?
Yes. Better they try to stab the wind.
Okay. It moves right on up into their spaces. Alright.
How's
Orin.
Omen doing?
Omen
Yes.
is fighting that thing up on the deck. The siege weapon and Omen struggle with each other. Neither is able to do damage to each other. Also, a couple of the dwarves jump in to attack as well. Only one of them manages to hit, but he does 3 extra damage to it, bringing it to 17 damage now.
Fair enough. What's Koblin doing up there? Why isn't he left?
He's trying to fight the ballista, I think. Trying to save the ship.
No, alright then.
He's too brave for his own good. Unlike the regular men, he'll fight it out. He's a leveled, classed dwarf, unlike the regular sailor dwarves that are just peasant level.
Alright. I think most of the skeletons on the ship are dead.
Most. There's a few. Scattered
Knocking
about. Orin, speaking of skeletons, there's one right in front of you. What do you do? The one that slashed you moments ago.
Yeah, I'd like to finish him off, please.
Yeah. The dwarf
And-
next to you distracts him a little bit so you can get your sneak attack.
I was hoping that. Now, there's still no chance that I can get, was it 15 hits, I think you said?
Yeah, armor class 11 on the skeleton here.
Yeah. But still no vision on the actual, thing that's animating these things, right?
Isn't it wonderful? You've not yet even seen what you're fighting.
Okay, well, 28 damage to the dome of this skeleton animated in front of me.
Okay, you shred him.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw your backup dagger at the other skeleton in the room?
Oh, there's another one. Oh, I did not see that. I thought we took care of... Oh, there he is on the couch. Okay. Yes, I do. I'll throw a backup dagger. Oops, wrong one. Wrong. Whoops. I still get advantage on that attack or no?
Were you in on Jodab's giant scream of boosting? I think you were.
Well, I was, but because he's well, either way, then you're right. I thought because he was in combat.
He is
that's
engaged with the elemental, I suppose. Yeah, that would count. You can only get your sneak attack once per turn, though.
So no sneak attack on this. I still do 5 damage.
Yeah.
There we go.
5 damage. The first damage on this priest. Alright. The skeleton that you just hit with a dagger is going to flail, trying to slash at the air. And he gets an 18 to hit the elemental. Wind
Raging storm.
elemental. Let me just double check that the stats are right.
Holy shit, that's good.
Armor class 15 on the elemental. All right. And can he be hit by this? Damage resistance from non-magical. Okay, so he only takes half of the damage. So, all right. 2 damage is done to the elemental. Minor. This one's dead. None in this room. All right. Taurus, 3 skeletons are going to attack you.
3?
Yes. So,
Thanks, Scoot!
all 3 of the skeletons are going to attempt to bite you with their fanged mouths. So they're all going in for the bite attack, and
I am imagining.
Run, ready!
all right. I have
All attack going on here.
a 16. I have a 10, and I've got an 8. None of their bite attacks work. Then they all try to stab you with their stabby daggers. I've got.
I do the hold on. I do this. I do I do the 5 Ds of dodgeball.
Oh my god.
Well, you're not going to do that very effectively because I just rolled a nat 20.
I dive and I dodge.
Okay, so you got stabbed for 8 damage.
Wait, I thought you said you did.
No, I rolled a nat 20 on the next dagger attack. They're making 2 attacks each. 3 bites and 3 stabs. Fortunately, only the crit landed and did that 8 damage to you.
It was a 20?
Yeah, nat 20.
Oh, what was the plus?
Plus 5.
20.
It doesn't matter, it's a crit. It hits you no matter what.
Oh.
That's how crits work. Yes.
Oh. Ow! Fist of flesh wound.
Yeah, I mean, you reduce it by half because it's piercing damage, so 4.
Oh, okay, it's on with temporary HP. Well, this
Wait a
felt like I
second.
did-
How do you have temp HP?
as we did the meal.
Epic meal time.
Heroes Feast.
Pardon?
Heroes
We
Feast.
do the Heroes Feast every morning.
Oh. Well, crap. The blow was deflected anyway by the power of a healthy breakfast.
Yeah.
That was well said.
The most important meal today.
You had a lot of fibers this morning.
I did the I do the dodge.
So much fiber it blocks dagger stabs.
dodge,
Yeah.
and I forgot I forgot that the 6th one was coming, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I got a dodge.
Yep, you dodged all 5 attacks
Hang on
and
a second.
1 landed.
So can they not hit him unless they land a critical then?
What's your armor class right now?
22.
22. They can hit. They get plus 5.
18.
So an 18, 19, or 20 will hit.
Darn.
But keep in mind, these are skeletal minions of something else that you haven't even seen yet. And that thing, whatever it is, has been fucking your shit up, because right after Taurus, rock slams into this wall here, doing 1 point of damage.
And everyone came downstairs with me. Instead of staying up there with that thing. Nice.
Gotta save these dwarfs.
A fat intake calculator. There we go. 31.
What do you do, Taurus?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, right after they go, you go.
Okay. The one who hit me, I'm really pissed off now. Really pissed off with him.
He's keeping your rage going.
I'm currently picking the Spider-Man 2 game pizzeria music as he gets to work.
Really, really pissed off with that guy. I want to smash them all in one turn. I don't know if I can do that sort of thing. I can't. I know I can't. I really think I can do it. So I'm gonna try.
You could
I'm gonna hit
fall
the
on all
one.
of them and hope that your immense weight is like a bookcase on all of their skulls.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. We'll hold on to that one. Put that in our back pocket. I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna hit the first guy. Oh. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get hit for this minis. 31 damage.
Obliteration.
Roll. I'm pretty sure with that 17, you just automatically disintegrate them the moment you tap them on the face.
And the second one is 27 to hit, and it's gonna be for this mini, and I'll do a booming just to be safe.
That one already had 6 damage on him. To the face. Kapow.
Then you re-roll that, or I'm good?
He's good. He is
Cool.
dead. Leaving one skeleton.
And I'll move up into the fucking skeleton's face and make sure the dwarf isn't in his way at all.
Alright.
And I'll say, boo.
Boo. Trying to scale a spooky skeleton. I don't know if that's going to work. He feels no emotion at all. The deadpan expression of death.
It doesn't matter if he feels it or not. I'm just gonna do it. That's Oh, and I'll use my bonus action to trigger my ring of jumping, just to be safe. Wait, I use a second boom. Okay. 2 booms down. Yeah, and I'll trigger my ring of jumping, and that's it.
Alright.
Yeah.
See ya. Fires an arrow and shoots a skeleton for a few damage, and then says, "This is not very effective at all." And then he gives a bardic inspiration to Grimorn with his bonus action. And then he uses his movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's like, he tells Grimorn, "I'm going to go look above decks and see if everything's alright." And then, after Sia, what do you do, Chris?
So there's really just one skeleton left here?
Currently, there is a skeleton fighting a wind elemental. This one is dead. There's one fighting Taurus that you cannot see, but you can hear him shouting and fighting in the next room down. And you can also hear a bunch of boots on the deck as there's fighting above you. And crashing noises as the ballistas roll around, trying to roll people over.
Okay. Well, it seems to be kind of under control.
The real question is, do you have anything that can solve the mystery here?
They can what?
Solve the mystery, Chris.
Like what's attacking us?
Yeah. How can you defeat something you've not yet even seen?
Not sure.
You've encountered a tricky enemy. One that refuses to reveal themselves.
Well, I don't have anything for that, so...
Who does?
My question is, if I go under the silt, that's damaging, right?
You would be blind and suffocating. But you can hold your breath for about a minute.
Right, but I can swim through it?
You can probably swim through it, although I think if you turn off your body equilibrium, I don't know if it can, like... I don't know, does it make you buoyant? Would you float back up to the top of it? How does that work?
I
I'm
would
not.
doubt it, but I leave it up to you. I would
I'm.
assume no.
I'm thinking you probably don't ever want to descend into the silt if you can help it.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you got like a levitate spell. That's the usual method. Is a levitate spell is done by a psionicist to just float up and out of it, or they'll make a magic item that has levitate as part of its thing.
My
So
spell should
I
work
thought
though, huh?
we had talked about this before, but I forgot what the resolution was.
Freedom of movement should make it work for though. No.
You can't be grabbed, and rough terrain won't affect you, but you would just sink to the bottom and suffocate.
You could turn into a fire elemental and then not have to breathe.
True. Elementals do not have to breathe.
Being underwater imposes no penalty on the target's movement or attack. Would that work on silk?
Yeah.
So I could swim in the silk.
Yep.
And I could
Can't
cast spells.
breathe in it.
Well, you could cast the spells, but would they go anywhere? Because think of the silt as a semi-solid. It might be like casting into a wall.
Well, I can't be paralyzed or fuck, I don't even know. Fucking know.
You could definitely move around down there. Getting back, that's the trick. You'd need a rope or something.
Well, I couldn't breathe, so.
But again, you can hold your breath for a minute or more. If you've got a con bonus, even longer. So you got 10 turns to get in and out if you need to.
And I can't be restrained, so. How far from the ground are we at this level?
You are at ground level. The surface
We
of the
are?
silt is just outside.
Oh, so I just have the skeleton in front of me, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cast a spiritual guardian.
Is that a deck save?
Yes.
Fail.
Actually, wisdom.
Oh, wisdom? Also fail.
So this circle around me, whatever is in the circle around me. Let me roll it, the damager.
Guardian flames envelop the enemy, burning him away. Kapow. Well, he's got 9 damage. He might survive this.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna re-roll the 1 and the 2. Oh, and that was worth it. Minus 3 plus 12, 32 damage.
Yeah, it's safe to say he dies.
And then I'm gonna walk through here. I'm on the ground now.
There is no ground.
No?
Silt.
Only Zool.
Oh. So I guess I start swimming?
You can't. You can't swim in silt.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
Pretty much, if you go into the silt, you sink right to the bottom and die.
Oh, I thought it was like water.
There is no swimming in silt. It is like water, though. It is like very, very thin water.
But the problem is, you know, just like
You
in you know, when we grew up and we talked about, you know, quicksand was always the way all the heroes died.
Yeah.
You know, you can't quite swim in it because there's a suction effect that goes crazy, right?
It's also pseudo
We had
magical. It
asked
doesn't
earlier.
really like. There's been some discussion online that like the silt in the Dark Sun universe is not a natural phenomenon. The silt is created through destructive and terrible magic that has vaporized the oceans to absolute fine particles, and they're filled with evil magic. So the silt doesn't really have the properties that actual silt in real life would have. It functions as both a fluid and as a gas at the same time, which makes it a very
He had
peculiar
asked
substance.
earlier.
But I walked
He
to
had, he
the.
had said earlier that free movement let him ask through water, and he asked if that applied to the silt, and you said yes.
Well, he's free to move through it for sure, but anybody is basically, because everybody just passes through it and just falls to the bottom, and it applies to everybody. It's just how it works.
Yeah, so I went to the deck instead.
All right,
Is this ballista alive? Right here?
the pink one. So there's two. This one and this one that's in a fight with the Tyrax over there.
Ballista's gonna take 32 damage.
Oh, you burn it up real good. It can't really say anything, but if a ballista could be displeased, it looks displeased.
That'll be the end of it. On my run.
You're burning your precious ballista. You just got that thing.
Yeah, well,
Oh, burn it!
it's an enemy right now.
Hold it down.
Alright, that's it.
Sia shouts at you, "Wait, I have a dispel magic."
But yes, he still can do it if he wants.
Oh yeah, he already took his turn. Long, it's your turn.
Okay. Do I still hear fighting noises? Are there more skeletons?
There's fighting on the upper deck, and there's one skeleton fighting an elemental. No, he died. Krios just killed him. Yeah, I think like below decks are all clear. It's just above decks that's combat right now. There's a burning ballista and one that's fighting a dwarf and a Tyrax.
I'm going to fly to where the rock is because we still don't really know what is even summoning all this stuff. I'm gonna try to move the rock in some way. I don't know if that's a thing.
Roll a strength
Can I
save.
try budging it? Alright, strength check.
Yeah, it could be athletics or just a strength check.
It
16
gives me advantage. Still
or
16.
14. Okay, so you beat a DC 15. The rock is precariously perched on the edge of a cliff, and it'll, with a little bit of a push, begin to roll back down to the bottom, and there's no longer an obstruction blocking the path. However, what could have rolled that up this hill and placed it in front of the ship like that? A huge boulder like that must weigh 1,000 pounds.
A giant! Or a giant fucking hurt element.
I will use more of my movement to get on the top of the deck. And that's pretty much it. Doing the strength check was an action, right?
Hang on. Before you go back up on the deck, you're in the silt. Roll a perception check.
Perception.
God dang it! Are you telling me that I could have? God dang it!
Well, he's an elemental that is literally like under the silt flying around.
Oh, never mind.
17.
17. Okay. There's a shadowy form further out in the silt.
In
I
front of our
knew
boat?
it.
This way?
Yeah.
God dang it! Of course, I don't know that yet, but still.
This wasn't when we were sleeping, is it?
No, it was dead of night, but we usually are awake during the night.
Yeah. Then instead of going to the top of ship, how far is the figure? Oh, okay. Only. Then I will go in and I will engulf it.
Okay, you engulf a creature. You notice there's a second creature here. What you find is the dwarf that was hit by the ballista bolt still has the ballista sticking through his chest and is in the silt here. But he's been reanimated by dark magic.
Oh.
By something that is just outside of your visual range, just on the edge, a shadowy form. But anyway, when you get close enough, this dwarf has been reanimated and attacks. It's got a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
And he does 4 damage, which drops to 2.
If I'm raging and I have already damage resistance as an air elemental, does it cut it?
It doesn't quarter it.
Again?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah, it just overlaps. Redundant abilities.
I still have more movement, so I'll move to the other creature. Since I don't care about the dwarf. I mean, I did, but not as an undead. That's my turn. I don't have any more action.
At the end of your turn, something happens. There's a tremendous explosion in the silt. Let me see here. Everything in a 30-foot radius around this creature explodes in a vicious blast of silt. Roll a DC 18 dexterity saving throw.
Who's that?
It does 11 bludgeoning damage, unless you can make that save.
Is it Morg or anybody else?
Yeah. Alright, 11 bludgeoning damage, which you can half that. And it says it would knock you prone, but you can't be knocked prone when you're a wind elemental. Okay. So you move up on this creature and engulf it. It's a medium-sized creature. It appears to be a priest. A priest of water by the clothing they're wearing, but like much fancier than the other undead. Like if they were regular priests, this is like a pope.
High-level cleric? Water cleric?
That's what it looks like. But
If I had an action, I'd strangle it. But anyways, that's my turn, so the thing does a thing.
Are you telepathically linked to anybody, or did they not do that?
We had a
We
standing
normally
order
do
on
that.
that, so yes.
I would have probably done that.
Yeah, that's one of my things I do every day.
Okay, so you might be able to pass along a little bit of information, because nobody else can see this. You are under the silt. You're flying around in it, which is a very tough spot for most of you to get to.
Bring it out!
Mm-hmm.
You literally cannot see this enemy unless you go into the silt to find it.
I will call to Ringsight in his mind to send the air elemental down with me into the silts. I am approximately 20 feet in front of the boat and down under the silts.
I will do so, assuming I can right now.
Well, actually, the creature's turn is next. So, Morg, you're standing there. The explosion just blasted you with a silty blast. The creature before you is going to reach onto its back. It's going to reach onto its back, and it's going to draw a crescent moon-shaped blade, and it's going to slash at you with it in a two-handed grip. I roll a 15. It's got +9. That's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
All
Not
right.
exceptional though.
It's a magic weapon, so it's going to do full damage. Okay, so you just got hit for 13 slashing damage to the elemental. What else can I do? Okay, the priest is going to use a bonus action. He's going to raise up his hands in prayer, and he's going to gain a shield of faith. So his armor class goes up. Let me mark that
He's
here.
underwater, right? Or under the silt.
Yes, he is below the level of the silt. He is standing on the bottom floor under the silt.
I was
Under
gonna
the
sing it,
sea. Yeah.
but I stopped myself. I'm glad you did.
Under the sea.
Okay, so he seems to be using some sort of divine magic.
Take it from me.
So, this is a little metagamey, but he's what's known as an priest in D&D terms.
Ooh.
A what?
An priest.
What's that?
I remember that from back in the day.
It's
Yeah, I don't know what it actually means. But
think of an anti-priest, like an atheist that uses divine magic.
Take it
It can also
About to
be
say, this priest made a big coming over here.
it can also be the divine magic used by a fallen priest who has been cast out or has betrayed their god in some way.
It's like a black paladin, a fallen paladin.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Sorta,
okay,
yeah.
he's like an Oathbreaker paladin. Then
Very
not the
much.
cleric.
The priest is that sort of thing.
Wait, what's granting his powers then?
A number of things.
They steal the magic power from other gods. They steal answered prayers and from somewhere else in the universe.
Well, you know, some
take that power
some
from
undead are intelligent and they get to retain a lot of the abilities they had in life. So if he was a priest in life, if he became an priest in death, then he might retain some of his magic power.
Okay then. But he's not the thing, right?
He is the thing. That is the thing.
Okay.
You have found it.
Oh yeah.
We all know he's down there now.
If you had the psionic link, which we assume that everybody kind of did that as a thing, then you were just told, yeah. With coordinates of where to go.
Is it my turn then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, ask me a question. So, would Krios be aware that there's a evil atheist water cleric thing down there?
So do you telepathically communicate on a network to everybody, or is it mind to mind, one person at a time? How's the link work?
It's all 5 people.
So it's like
many
conference
people-
call style?
Yeah, conference call. According to okay. I'm assuming we're using mine. I don't know about yours.
sites.
Their ring site, but what it says on my card is that it is up to 5 creatures. And hold on, there it is. Me and others. 1 or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. No. The chosen creatures telepathic with you, and you can to them. It is not conference call, so we do have to bork it back and forth to each other.
Okay. So in that case, Morg sends the message to Orin, and then Orin can send the message to somebody else.
Yes. So I have to wait for my turn for that?
Yeah, yeah. So like you're still being relayed information, and then on your turn, right after ringside, you'll be able to convey it.
While on my turn, every time it's my turn, in my mind, I also send thoughts that I shouldn't be sending you. Just things that are on my mind.
Just dirty thoughts.
Specifically the what's her name?
I was trying to think of her name. Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Ulrig.
You just hear me talk.
Ulrich.
Ulrich. You hear me talk about Ulrich.
No, no,
all the
no,
time.
no, no.
Dirty, dirty thoughts about
every
Ulrig.
turn, I'm just over here. I think about her all the time.
At this point,
What I'm gonna do to her.
It's the high testosterone. He can't help it.
Right. At this point, I just randomly will be walking around like during the day and like death by snooze. And then someone says, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "What?" Did I say something? I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Tarot just
Do
avoids
not
my mind
recover
at this
you
point.
story.
I'm pretty sure. Sorry, Ringside just avoids like making. He stays out of my head at this point.
No.
So he's like, oh my god.
Was that Patrick
Disgusting.
line? Your mind is an enigma.
If Ringside just jumps into my mind on random, and I feel him in his presence, I'll just start thinking even dirtier thoughts. So he just avoids, just without letting me know. He's like, I knock
Anyway.
before I enter now.
Anyway. Since I haven't gotten the message yet, I'm just gonna fly out of the, yeah.
The thing looking for it.
Fly off the balcony up into the air.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to figure out where this thing is.
A lot of this stuff happens at almost the same time, so you probably would have seen more go off into that direction.
Spell her name.
Ulreg.
In chat. Sorry. Yeah,
I don't. Wait, I forgot to measure distance. Here to here.
Caps lock
How
was
far
on.
is this? 30 feet? Hello?
30 feet from what?
From here to here?
No, he said it's about 20 feet in front of the ship.
No, like, what did I... Is from here to here about 30 feet?
Wait, where are the two locations on sea?
Oh,
You're a kite, right?
Why are you, like, in the wall of the ship over here? Where are you
I'm
over here?
on top of the ship. I can...
Okay, so from
I'm
here,
like
from
up.
here you're flying straight up, right? So you fly straight up.
Yes.
It's 14 feet to the top of the deck, maybe like 15 feet. That puts you here. 20 feet would put you over here, over by Omen.
Okay, how many feet do I have left?
Do you just want to, like, get to Omen? You got, like, 10 left?
I'm currently... I mean, well, that assumes that I'm not flying, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, you get 60 fly. You're not even touching the deck. Let me levitate you there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not... Omen's looking fine. I'm just gonna move to where apparently this horrible horror is.
Okay, so if you've got 60, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. You can probably make it to 2 spaces in front.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm turned around, like you're actually trying to go over this way.
You can show me the world.
Alright, if you're trying to go to the front of the ship, you're actually going this way. So from the balcony, you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
No,
45,
that,
50, 55, 60 would put you here.
That was the wrong balcony. I started in from here.
From here? Alright.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Ring sight, I will show you the way.
So you can get here.
Okay, I will also call the elemental to me.
Wasn't he supposed to be following Morg? He's probably nearby. Or, no, you sent him over to help Oren, and you never gave me another instruction for him.
Oh, alright, whatever. Or can I call him with the idol?
Oh, you could just shout at him. He's just right over there. What's his movement,
Alright,
30?
well, to me, 60 should be. He's air elemental. He's not moving the best, but I don't know what he's doing.
I'm going to put him over here.
No, it's 90 feet.
All right. Do you want to move him right on top of the spot?
Yes.
He's in there.
That's not entire. That's not exactly what I wanted from that, but okay. It's kind of smushed everything.
Well, I mean, you're on the table. You can move your figurines yourself if you want. And then you say, I'm done. Oren, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
sorry. I went tuned out there for a second. Zoned out.
I am going to, at first, I'm going to orc to everybody that, all right. We found the source of this attack. There's some sort of being under the silt, 20 feet in front of the boat.
Under the silt sea?
Under the silt sea. And I send that individually. I'll take my whole round to do that if it takes that much to do it to everybody. Individually, because I have to like change channels, I'm guessing, each time. Also, there's no other enemies in front of me, so, and not quite sure how I would be able to get down there. So, if
So
nothing
objects pass through the silt. So you could maybe throw daggers at it from above it, but you'd be attacking blind with disadvantage.
else, well,
just-
then in that case,
You've been given instructions where to throw your daggers. You just can't see the target, which makes it hard.
I will blindly throw a dagger then. So I'm guessing that doesn't do sneak attack damage. I'm assuming, but I will go ahead and make an attack roll, and I'm saying, Taurus, if you're free, we need to throw something large and attack an enemy. And then I'm asking, it's small? It's the size of one of the skeletons, is it? Yes, it is.
Maybe.
What? I'm confused.
I think I missed.
I'm on 19.
I got a skeleton priest in my face right now.
You attacked with disadvantage. It's supposed to be the 2 and the 9.
Well, I have an advantage and disadvantage.
So it cancels it.
So it's a regular attack, and you go with the 2.
Yeah,
Which is the first roll.
Oh, okay, fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it misses. But I'm individually channeling to each person and trying to communicate. Bring all you've got, men. It's under the silt, right in front of us.
All right, so, Morg, the undead sailor dwarf lashes out at you, trying to jump on you and skewer you with the ballista bolt that's sticking through his chest. Jumping backwards awkwardly with a crit fail nat 1. He stabs himself into a rock and becomes stuck, and he kicks his little dwarf feet, and it's almost silly. That's the
I
only.
laugh in Wind Elemental.
That's the only minion that I've got currently. So, Taurus. Oh, wait. I forgot. Ballistas. This ballista attempts to attack and is gonna miss Omen, and then Koblin hits it. He does 5 damage. This one over here is going to attempt to run over Krius. Krius! A rampaging ballista. It's got a 22 to trample you.
Yeah.
Ouch. You get trampled for 12 crushing bludgeoning damage. As one of the wheels runs over your leg. And it's on fire, too. Boy, that's not good, getting run over by something that's on fire. Okay. Those were the minions. Is this guy still alive? Did I forget one? Taurus, a skeleton tries to stab you. I rolled a crit.
Say again?
He does 10 stabby damage. You cut that in half to 5 because you're raging, right?
Yeah.
That was the one priest you didn't kill last time. You wanted to kill him, but you didn't get to him.
Okay.
So I...
Temp HP's gone.
Okay, so now it's your turn. All thinglings accounted for. The question is, do you want to fight this skeleton, or do you want to go fight the thing itself somehow?
I gotta crush it.
It's in a real awkward spot for you to fight it, though.
This one right here?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's in an awkward spot?
No, I'm saying the one in the front of the ship isn't an awkward spot for you to fight it.
Oh. You're talking about this one over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there eventually. It's okay. I'll crush this one first. So I'll do my damage. About 29 to hit.
Ooh, heavy hit.
6 damage. Wow.
He does.
Okay. Yeah, he's gone. I tell this sailor dwarf, go find your brothers and gather everybody up. Everyone's pretty much done up here, right?
Yeah.
They told us in our heads where everybody is, right? Everyone's
Yeah.
at the front of the ship.
You've been told.
Alright, so I move 5 feet to the right, and I will jump to this one. That's 40. That's one jump. And I guess I will. Can I walk on this? This is silt, right?
You cannot walk on it. You would drop right to the bottom. You can jump high enough that you could jump out of it if you wanted to, but you will be blind down there. It is.
We all know that they're under the stuff.
The ground is 15 feet down from here, and you've been told it's under the silt in front of the ship. So from you, it's 15 feet down and 30 feet over.
I'm 13.5 feet tall, so if I jump up, I can see.
Yeah.
Above,
But you have to be in the silt within like 15 feet to actually visibly kind of make out where it's physically at.
Am I gonna even be able to hit this thing while I'm in the silt?
It's not easy.
I'd be swinging at like disadvantage, wouldn't I?
You'd be swinging blind for sure, yeah. If you had blind fighting, you could negate that, but probably not. You're up against a cunning undead foe. He uses a lot of tricks not to get caught.
From this area where I'm at right here at the bottom, I could probably jump up to this story, right?
Yeah, from the balcony you can jump right up.
Yeah, I'll just jump up, and that'll be my turn. Oh, snap. I take it back, because I already used an action. I can't dash. Fuck. I can't do that. Because I already used an action. Take it back. I already used an action. Can't do it. I will... a bonus action. Sorry. Yeah, my bonus action, I will just hold it, I guess.
Alright.
I hit something this turn, so I'm good. Yep. I'm trying to. I tell Orin in my head I'm on my way. I'll figure it out.
Thank you, my friend.
Wait.
Okay. Krius, Sia runs up the stairs, sees you fighting the ballista, getting your leg run over, and Sia's going to play a song. Whatever magic does appear, quickly stop and disappear, something, and he casts dispel magic through his bardic ability.
Nice.
And dispels the magic on the ballista, restoring it to a normal ballista.
Nice.
That is on fire.
That is on fire. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. So that's one down. The ballista now has 37 damage. Ouch. What are you doing, Chris?
Oh, I'm gonna move to the front of the boot.
Alright. You look down. You see the disruption in the silt as combat ensues. I guess the wind elementals are kicking up a lot of the dust there.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna do two things. Above the creature thing, I'm gonna cast a fire elemental.
Alright.
And I'm gonna let it sink right on top of that creature. I don't really have a fire elemental character though. How deep is
It's a
that
cluster
creature?
of elementals.
Oh,
One of these is good. I like this one.
I will show you how it's what.
okay. Yeah.
Maybe
Is that
this
from
one.
World of Warcraft.
That one's kind of
The
a fire
frick?
elemental.
So it'll be
Who
over.
brought
Like,
the rhino in here?
Yeah, this one's more of an earth elemental, I think.
I can't really put it over it. So, how deep is the creature?
He's at the bottom, so there's 10-foot deep silt, so he's like 5 feet down. He's like standing on the bottom, so if there's 10 feet of silt, he's in the bottom square.
Okay, so I guess the elemental on his turn is gonna sink to it,
All right.
and I ask him to go and engulf him and attack the creature at the bottom.
Roll it. What do you got?
Okay, so once he enters into like once he gets into over it and engulfs him, he will take 1d10 damage. Fire damage. And then he does a multi-attack. So he takes 1 damage, but he catches on fire. And the 2 attacks +6. I gotta set up a. One second. Give me just a second.
Do we know he's an herb priest? Is that obvious?
Nah. Like I said at the time, it's a bit metagamey.
Check.
Yeah, you can definitely make a knowledge arcana check. Not yet,
21
though.
to hit.
What a religion check.
Okay, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So he'll take 20 damage. He took 21 damage from fire. And he's caught on fire, so.
I mean, is that?
And he's gonna take a 1d10 fire damage at the start of each of his turn, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Until he takes it off. And then, one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my ability to reduce the fire on that ballista to nothing.
Yeah, you probably would have done that first. Sequence of events.
Yeah. Stop that flame from destroying it. We'll fix it after.
Sure.
And that is it.
All right. At the end of your turn, there's a tremendous explosion of silt. Everybody within 30 feet of the creature needs to roll a save. What was it, 18? DC 18?
I'm guessing I do. And it's reflex?
DC 18 dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, the silt that explodes from the creature deals 13 damage, bludgeoning.
Right, we need to make saves.
You, the fire elemental, the wind elemental, ring sight, the skeleton. Yeah, DC 18 dexterity save.
Okay.
Sailor dwarf takes 13.
Damage resistance, bludgeoning.
10.
Yep, that'll apply.
Remember, you have
Half
advantage
the
from
damage?
Taurus's thing.
So half of 13 would be 6.
I thought. Wait, didn't that thing end already? I thought it was one turn.
He did it again just now.
Oh, okay.
Fire elementals have 102 health. That's pretty good.
18. Does anything happen when we make the save? Is it half or just nothing?
Saving throw, bludgeoning damage, nothing. You don't take any damage.
Pretty cool.
All right. Morg, what do you do?
I will multi-attack double slam him.
All right.
This guy's just getting mugged by elementals, isn't he?
Yeah.
Plus 18.
Are you increase the amount of fire with all your air?
One is a 10 to hit, and the other is a 25 to hit.
Okay. The creature that's enveloped in the silt almost seems to become like the silt. And your attacks do nothing. It becomes immune.
I am confused. At first, I think it's just my 2, but no.
Immune to wind.
He's some kind of silk lich.
I just tell people he's immune to my wind hands. I'm useless.
The fire elemental power is much more powerful.
Yeah, the fire does seem extra effective against it. The wind, not so much.
Okay.
Betrayed me!
I can't do
You betrayed my
anything.
god!
I will look angrily at the stuck dwarf. I will beat up something.
All right. At the
Like if he started doing like a whirlwind kind of effect in the silk, like what would it do? Would it have any type of an effect in that?
yeah, I mean its attack is based on silt. It kind of has to be in silt to use it.
No, I'm talking about the air elemental.
Would I make a silt tornado?
Oh, the yeah, it wouldn't work on this creature here. It would work on the zombie. Okay, so it's the creature's turn. It's going to at the end of Morg's turn, before the creature's turn, it uses a legendary action. And the legendary action is to pick up a rock with telekinesis and fling it. He's got a 12 to hit. I don't think that hits the fire elemental, right?
Nope.
Okay, so a rock sails past the fire elemental and past Ring's sight, harmlessly skittering off along the floor of the sea. So that was a legendary action, and then its turn begins, and on its turn, it's going to make a multi-attack.
It takes 1d10 damage.
A second hag.
It's kind of on fire right now.
How much did you roll?
Oh, I thought you would, but okay.
I'm rolling the bonus damage because he's vulnerable to fire.
Okay. He's gonna take 10 damage.
He actually takes 20.
Wow.
I rolled a 10 as well.
Holy shit.
He can only take the bonus damage once per turn, though. So.
Okay. 20 is pretty good for like a side effect of it.
No, actually, I'm gonna cast a spell. He has Sanctuary now.
Can't we? Can I cast a wall of fire upside down in the silk?
Oh wait, not a Sanctuary. What's the spell I'm looking for here? No, it is Sanctuary. All right, so bonus action, Wisdom save or change target. So if you try to attack him, you have to make a DC 16 Wisdom save. Otherwise, you have to change targets or not attack.
Is that for everyone?
Anybody trying to attack him, it's his holy power, Sanctuary. So that's his action. Or no, it's his bonus action. And then his regular action is going to be... He's going to cast Hold Person on the Elemental.
Can you do that?
Can you do that?
Yeah, don't narrow it down.
It's a good question, though. Does that work? Let me look that up real quick. Can you hold person on elemental?
This is immune to
Could it be hold
grapple,
monster?
paralyzes.
Yeah, maybe only hold monster would do it.
Restrain, unconscious, and exhaustion.
I guess it's an elemental, it's not a humanoid. So that's why it wouldn't apply. Okay, well if hold person isn't going to work on you, then instead his action's going to be... Oh, lovely. He's got some stuff, but it doesn't work on elementals, so...
I'm trying to force it out of there. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do with that elemental.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't cast that either. And spellcasters are tough. What he will do is he will cast a banishment on your fire elemental. Get rid of that thing.
Not fair.
I think I have to make a roll, though. Let me double check the rules. You attempt to banish it to a demi-plane if it's from another plane. Charisma save or be banished. All right. Its banishment is a religious effect. Its DC is 16 for religious spells. So,
Charisma. I do charisma check.
yep, DC 16 charisma or be cast back to the plane of fire from whence thee came.
He fails.
Oh, poof.
It has a -2.
Okay, so Sanctuary bonus action, Banishment action, and then it ends its turn.
He's still on fire, though.
Yeah. And I already rolled the extra 10 damage for that. And so, Ring Sight, what do you do? You're flying on the surface. You can't really see, but you can see the swirls in the silt below you.
How troublesome.
Technically, you're like floating up here
Okay.
like that.
Can I make that check now to figure out what he is?
Roll your check.
Would a religion work? Well, actually, they're the same. So
A
it's
religion
different,
would
so
work,
regardless.
yes. I would totally allow you to roll a religion for this test. Just as applicable as a Arcana check would be. I think either one's just as good for this.
Huh. There we go. Huh. That's just freaking fantastic.
I'm just gonna say that you haven't gotten a good look at it yet, so you haven't made a conclusion.
I jump
Fair
up
enough.
my chat GPT ninja.
Why the heck is my mouse cursor suddenly turning into a pixelated mess?
Wow, that's weird. Why does your chat GPT not want to be a DM when mine does it all the time?
I don't know. But I had to jailbreak it. It's fun.
Anywho, what was I saying?
Man, that was totally working for me. I even posted it. I mean, you can read my logs. Like I posted them all in Discord here.
Right, now I remember. So can I see him at all?
No. You're technically blind to the enemy. You're aware of where he's supposed to be, and the others are fighting him, and there's some swirls in the silt, but you don't have a visual. You can attack, but with disadvantage.
I see it as a waste of time.
Now, also, you also have to make a wisdom save to directly attack the creature due to the sanctuary spell.
I asked the air elemental to, like, try to clear a path through the silt so I can see him.
I'm not sure you can. Other silt just fills in when you move it. It can't really be dispersed or blown away.
Hey, Morg.
This calls for some big thinking.
Oh yeah, it's a tricky one for sure.
Hey, Morg. Or any.
Yeah, what's up?
So, as an air elemental, could you engulf one of us and just make it so we can keep on breathing?
I don't know. That would probably be a DM call kind of thing. There's not a specific ability that says that in the monster stat.
I don't think so. You can hold your breath down there for up to a minute. So you got that. 10 turns, it's a long time. You just want to make sure you're able to get back out of the silt before you need to breathe again.
Let's see.
Like, I wouldn't recommend going down there without a rope tied around your waist that you can climb back up.
How unlucky are we that there's a random fucking super powerful priest undead just waiting for us to go?
Yeah. I love Dan. Dan's awesome.
Huh?
I need a way to move. Also,
Whoa, Taurus Maximus is a total badass. I can already imagine him striding across the desert sands, his muscles rippling and his weapons gleaming in the harsh sun. It's clear that he's
what
been
the
through a lot.
frick
And I
are
can't
you on
wait to
about
see.
right now?
And I
He's
can't
chat
wait to see how he
GPTing.
evolves and changes throughout your campaign. One thing's for sure, though, Taurus Maximus is not a man to be trifled with.
What I don't like about ChatGPT is it characterizes my character. It's like, dude, I am playing me. Don't tell me what my character did. It doesn't get it. That's fine. Usually with a little correction, it gets to the point that it's only supposed to do the narration and the enemy action.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to
Oh,
copy
this is
all
smooth.
of these. I'm gonna start with a strength.
Okay, I think I know what I'm going to try to do.
What are you
Does
going to
a
do?
grapple count as an attack?
Yes. It's one of those special attacks.
Alright. Alright, worth it. Attempt to grapple the thing, Mr. Elemental.
Well, I mean, it's immune to wind damage, but maybe it can be grappled. Yes, if you want to roll it.
Damage. Like I don't know what I rolled.
So a grapple, you roll an attack roll. When you're trying to hit a target.
Alright then.
Let's see what this thing's, I think it's 17. If you can roll a 17 with an attack roll, you can grab him.
First I got a wisdom to be allowed to do that.
That's true. DC 16 wisdom, otherwise you cannot approach. So,
ignore that.
So if you fail it, you can still redirect to the zombie that's still there. So do you want to go after the zombie instead?
Yes.
Alright.
I guess grapple him anyway.
Alright, so roll to hit against the sailor dwarf zombie reanimated. And yeah, 13's not very good. I think the sailor dwarf had athletics, so he beats you. What are you yourself going to do?
Alright, well that was a big load of nothing. What a predicament.
Oh yeah, this fight is impossible.
Well, it's impossible for what I'm trying to do with it.
There's a lot of things that you might normally try against an enemy that just really do not work against this one.
I advise Creus to go into the silt in fire elemental form and burn it alive.
Well, there's nothing stopping him from throwing fireballs down into it.
I mean,
Depth
you're
charges.
in there.
Boom.
It's only 10 feet deep. Even if
Wait,
he...
really?
Yeah. Keep in mind,
And I can't swim out of that?
the silt skimmer is a wheeled vehicle. It has to roll on the surface.
Well, that's true. Okay.
It's just it's like a buoyancy thing. Something about the silt is like not as dense as a person, so they always sink in the silt to the bottom, like straight to the bottom immediately.
You know what? Screw it, I'm going with the option I was going to do in the first place. Control winds.
Alright. You can change the weather a little bit. Make it blow. Do you want to make a, dust storm? More windy, less windy?
Updraft.
Updraft. You want to increase the height of the silt?
So like bubbles up, maybe?
Yes, technically. Actually, wait. If I did a downdraft, could I like you know when you blast a lawnmower downwards and you can't and you can like all the dust goes scattering away.
You want to part the Red Sea with wind.
Yes.
So, not normally, but the captain comes out on the deck and he wields his magic captain sword that also controls the wind, and he sees that you're trying to control the wind, so he's going to wave his sword around and help you also control the wind, and with your combined efforts, you're blowing a bunch of the silt away. It increases visibility a bunch, but you still have to be pretty close.
That's kind of cool imagery, like frickin' Moses parting the seas here.
Extremely temporary, though. The silt will come right back.
Noted. With that done, I will request that they drag him aboard while we have the chance.
Drag him out of the silt so we can fight him. That's an idea.
Also, can I redo that religion now?
No, let's...
Alright, I'll wait till next turn if that's a thing that ends up happening.
Let's keep it to like once per turn on those checks. Alright, so...
My turn, right?
Yeah, your turn. What do you do, Oren?
So do I see him down there now?
Yeah, he's been kind of revealed. If you're close, you gotta be within 30 feet.
I am there, right in front of the boat there. So do you want to put an icon down, or should I just jump on top of him right now as it is?
What do you mean put an icon down?
A figurine.
Where's your figurine?
I'm right here. Next to Morg. On the corner of the boat on level 3, which is the level of the boat. Oh, okay.
That's not actually Morg. Morg is a shape-shifted wind elemental over here.
Oh, you put it okay on this level. Gotcha. All right. Silt Crag Hag. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to imagine the 15-foot drop from where Creus and Sia are down to the top of the silt, and then another 10 feet down to the bottom, the bedrock below, where people are standing. So there's like 35 feet from... Yeah, maybe more like 40 or 45 feet from Creus to the creature here.
Well, with a move and a the bonus of body equilibrium dash, I can easily get there. I ignore difficult terrain, and
It's like a slope. You're just going down the slope of where all the silt is being blown away, the parting seas. So you slide down into the trench. What do you do once you're down there?
well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the guy. The Silt Crag Hag. Not that I know what it is, but I'm going to go ahead and try to... I'm kind of dubious about his reasons for doing it, but I'm going to go ahead and try to grab him. Do I still have advantage on attack rolls, or is that expired?
Hang on. First, roll a wisdom save.
Right. Okay, because Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And my wisdom is 4, so... 16, and the first one was a 12, so I'm not sure if my rerolls count, but the first one was a better one anyway.
Okay, just going with the first roll. 16 does it. All right, so you can attack.
Okay, so now I'm going to try to grapple. Do I have advantage on rolls from Taurus, or no?
Nah, he went away because he could not touch the thing. It's immune to wind. Wind elementals can't even affect it, except maybe a grab.
I'm going to assume this is a straight roll then, and it's going to be a regular attack roll. That is a 27. Holy smoke.
All right, you grab a hold of the creature by one of its
Okay.
wrists.
So now it's opposed strength, or how does this work again?
You roll an opposed strength to see if you can drag it, and then you can move up to half your movement. Or it's
I
like
was
moving
reading
with rough
about this.
terrain.
Okay.
I got
So
15. What do you got?
it's D20 plus strength or D20 plus strength plus proficiency.
You can add athletics to it
Oh.
if you have athletics, but otherwise no.
Okay, so it's just strength. So athletics then actually. It's D20 plus athletics.
D20 plus
Okay.
strength. If you've got
Well, 'cause
athletics, you add proficiency.
Right. So got it. Okay. Boom. Here we go. Big money, big money. Hey, 25.
Cool. Well, that's gonna beat my creature, which means you can move a little bit. How far do you drag it?
I don't know. How does that work?
So how much movement did it take for you to get here?
It's at 35, I think. So I have 25 feet left if you want.
Now cut that in half, so you can move another 2 squares with the creature, because it's like rough terrain when you're dragging them. So then you could get it like
Yeah,
this
I
far.
imagine that would overpower my ability to have body equilibrium and ignoring difficult terrain. So I imagine that would overpower that.
Could just fly
It's not
directly
actually
upwards.
difficult terrain. What's happening is you're carrying a person, and that's why it
Right.
costs double.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yes, I'm cool with all that. I have him now, men! To me!
The creature looks at the undead sailor dwarf who is going to try to attack you. He leaps backwards at you with his ballista bolt sticking through his torso, and he misses badly, craning his neck to try to see.
I swerve and interpose the guy in the way of the flag. Anyway.
Alright, that was my thinglings. The creature uses a legendary action to hurl a rock.
My thingaling.
Wait, how can you move? I cannot move him.
Okay, a 15. A rock comes hurtling past Orin's head, but doesn't hit. So that was legendary. Then to the top.
How
Taurus.
is a water cleric manipulating rocks?
He's got telekinesis. He can use a telekinetic
Oh,
power as a legendary action after anybody's turn.
Only I can have telekinesis.
You there, Taurus?
What's up?
It's your move.
It's my move. Alright. I would like to use my first action to jump up the deck. Is that 45 or how tall is each floor?
It's 15 feet from the balcony to the top.
Okay, so that's 15 feet out of my 45. I'll move another 20. I got 10 more I can move. And I'll look out and be like, I don't see anybody.
Well, actually, no. You missed a little bit. So the combined efforts of the captain and ring sight, blasting wind straight down in a line right here, has parted the seas.
There's a silt crater right now.
So you can actually see all the way down to the bottom. You can sort of see the ground level in a channel right here. And then there's sloping silt that goes up on either side outward here.
Oh, okay.
And Orin has it in a grapple and is dragging it to the ship.
Sounds like something I would help him with, right?
If you want, it's your move.
I'll jump down. So it's 10. And then
25 feet down, actually.
it's 25 feet down.
Yeah. You got any mitigation
So
methods, or are
I'll-
you taking
I'll-
that damage?
I'll dash. I'll do the dash and try to roll for it.
You can only
I'll
mitigate...
go down that. I'll swoop down and I'll jump to here and let myself roll down. Does that make sense?
Swoop? What do you
So
mean
it's
swoop?
It's parting up. You said it's like parting up, right? Like a ramp.
Yeah, but it's not solid. It's silt.
I can't roll down the silt.
No, no, no. If you touch the silt, you just sink straight to the bottom.
I'm aware.
You're too dense. The silt is much lighter than you are.
Well, then I will hold on to the edge of the boat, and fall, like drop, just like a low drop.
Ouch.
It's kind of like a cliff, 25-foot drop to the bottom, 2d6 fall damage.
I'm 15, or I'm 13 and a half feet tall.
All right, what you're saying? Okay, I get it. You're hanging by your
I'll
fingertips
stretch out my arms and I'll drop.
So
I understand if I take the D6, but can I make an acrobatics check?
So it's still a 10-foot drop, so you can negate it with an acrobatics check if you get a 15.
Hey.
My dog's outside. I'll be back.
Sure.
All right. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay.
Doing the old dangle. The dangle trick.
Advantage on dex effects that you can see while not affected. It's, acrobatics isn't going to be a dex save, though, right?
No.
Okay.
It is a skill check.
Oh, 13. Oh, I got a bargain restoration. Wait. And
Yeah.
It's a D10, right?
Give it your best shot. You only need 2.
I got 3. Let's go.
Okay. So you ignore the fall damage. Tuck and roll. You hit the ground.
Barely. Because I get back down and I get up again. Nothing's ever going to get me down. Yeah, and that's as far as I can move. But already in action, that if this comes within my reach, that I'll grab it.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh wait, but that would be an action, right?
Ready to action is an action, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any actions because I dashed to jump down here. So that's 25 fall. So I will move. I will move down here. And just step to the side and just try to assist on my next turn.
All right.
In a position to be able to assist. There you go.
So Sia's going to slap you with another bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I'll rage to keep my rage going.
Okay. So Sia restores your bardic inspiration right after you use it, and then he's going to cast a dispel magic on the creature, trying to get rid of the sanctuary, but he actually fails on the roll.
So I say I get back up. I get knocked down, but I get up again, and he goes, "Pissing the night away."
All right. So Sia's hurling his dispel magic at it with all his might, and he can't overwhelm its power, and he's like, "It's too strong." Chris?
Okay. Can we see it?
Yes, you currently have a visual on it.
Okay. Fireball would be fun. Is there a way to cast a fireball that hits it but doesn't hit anything else?
Yeah. Throw the fireball behind the creature.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
I think he makes dex saves with disadvantage when he's grappled. No, actually, he's in the same space as Oren because he's being dragged. You'd have to at least hit Oren with the fireball.
I'm beside them as well.
Yeah, probably Taurus as well. I mean, you might as well just get them all. Taurus will survive it, Oren will dodge it, the zombie will be incinerated, and the mysterious creature will take a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah. How much health do you have, Oren?
He would go let dogs out.
61.
I think he's got save for all though, so if he dodges, he doesn't take any fireball damage.
Yeah. You could take a shitload of damage though.
Eh, it's his call.
You don't have I was gonna say you don't have any single target attacks.
He does. He has firebolts and stuff.
Yeah, but that's boring.
He wants the big boom.
I could cast a high level like Scorching Ray. And he's do I have advantage on the hits then? If he's grapple?
Yeah,
Do
I'm
I?
pretty sure you would.
I
Grapple
think it says if
disadvantage.
you're grappled, other people have disadvantage if they're not the one grappling you. The one grappling you can attack regularly with a light weapon, but other people have a harder time because you're in the grapple with somebody.
So they have disadvantage if I shoot my Scorch Ray on it.
I think grapples mean that you get to actually get advantage on people. Hold on.
When you're grappling them, but not when it's somebody else.
Grapple just removes the speed. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Restrained is when like advantage and stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
It says attack rolls against creature at advantage when they're restrained. Doesn't say anything else about who's attacking.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
So it's
shoot
just
a
anybody.
Scorch Ray at level 5. So I'm gonna have 6 bolt attacking the guy.
Yeah, restrained. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Disadvantage because of the wind.
What does it take to hit it?
Armor class 18.
Yeah, grapple doesn't give a disadvantage on. What do you call it?
The wind does.
Well, hang on. I didn't disrupt the sanctuary, so you have to make a wisdom save before you can attack.
Oh, do I? Okay. Wisdom save. What, how high?
16. The power of sanctuary. All right. So, I think you had 2 misses and 3 hits. Did you total your damage yet?
No, not yet. I gotta check it. And I can re-roll my 1s here. And my 2s if needed.
Man. And he takes an extra 10 damage from fire. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, disadvantage because of the wind. I'm not sure you heard.
Does that give disadvantage to firebolts?
It does to ranged attacks. That counts.
Yeah, I guess he's got a point.
Hang on, let me double check.
Thought maybe that would just be arrows, but you could be right.
Oh, it's attacks. It's weapon attacks. That wouldn't count. Fireball's fine then. Never mind.
Well, I mean, he's doing a firebolt, which is an attack. He does make an attack roll.
Yep.
No, he said weapon
Yeah, but it's
attacks.
for
That's a magic spell.
yeah.
Give me a second.
Like,
This is tricky.
it gives disadvantage to the attack roll, but it's not what he's doing in the situation. So
Yeah. You're doing the other one, the updraft? Or the downdraft, I mean.
pardon.
So, downdraft, ranged weapon attacks. Yeah, I guess it's not a weapon attack, so it would not be affected by the specific wording of the spell. Anyway, what do you got, Chris? How much damage?
57 damage.
Alright, I'm going to add 10 to that. So, 67 and 49.
Yeah. Fire damage.
116.
Nice. Sorry it took so long. It's just a pain in the ass to re-scroll up and take a look in this thing.
The creature screams in rage as it burns and burns, all the silt melting into glass. But it doesn't die. Morg, what do you do?
Actually, sorry, Ninja.
Yeah.
A little question. Can I jump off?
It's 25-foot drop, 2d6 fall damage.
Oh, 22. Oh, forget about it. Okay, I'm done.
Morg.
I howl. The wind howls, and I smack the sailor door twice.
Armor class 12, the dexterous zombie dwarf. Totally
18
smacked.
and 28.
Yeah, that'll hit. How much damage can you do to the dwarf? Once your friend and now your foe, twisted by evil animation.
It's a long combat.
I do 16 and 19 on the crit.
Alright. He dies. Splat.
And then I will just engulf this creature and blow at it really hard.
I didn't get to hit it.
The dwarf?
I didn't hit anything.
Why did you want to hit something? It's the thing's turn.
Okay, so after Morg, the creature is going to scream in rage, and it's going to...
Take damage. He takes another 10 damage of fire.
Alright. So the creature's going to touch Taurus in his naughty place.
Necrotic damage in your bones.
Let's not take any.
He's gonna drain your balls. He's using drain
Oh,
touch on your
Ulrich.
balls.
That's for Ulrich. Surprisingly, Taurus has been saving himself for Ulrich since the jail cell. He hasn't done any of the naughty things to himself.
This is the area you decide to show restraint.
It's quite admirable for him. Leave him alone.
No, it is not.
Okay. He's going to use an ability called Silt Storm to draw silt in around himself and from the ground. It's going to blind everyone, and he gains damage resistance. Alright. The silt is back. And then after that...
So is that an area effect, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's just an ability it has to control the silt around him. So he's countering the wind effect that pulled the silt away to bring it back. It affects everything within a 20-foot radius of the creature. So it's sort of a box. It extends out, well, maybe not a box, maybe like a circle.
Like a sphere of silt around him?
It's like something like that. So he pulls silt in psionically like that, which gives everybody sort of a blinded, unable to see effect. Orin, it struggles to get free. Roll a strength test. I've got a 26. Can you beat a 26? Has Orin come back? I'll roll for him. I roll a 4. He fails. Breaking from the grapple, the creature disappears.
Wait, does he move?
He moves. He's sinking down into the ground. You're blinded,
Well,
but you can still attack with disadvantage.
I was about to say, wait a second.
He is attempting to leave your threatened range, but you are blinded.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to try. I'll swing with advantage so that I can cancel out.
He's using an ability called Meld with Stone, which allows him to sink right into the bedrock and hide there. And he's doing it while you're invisible, so you'll have no idea where he disappears to. But Taurus can act fast and swing on him.
17 to hit?
Does not hit. Armor class 18.
Oh, man.
So in a flash,
brother.
the creature almost seems to just disappear, and everybody is left unaware. Where could it have gone? You did defeat its minions and drive it away, though. The captain cries down at you, "Quickly, while it's under the silt! We'll run the bastard over and be gone from here! Get on the ship!" The dwarves throw ropes down to you.
No.
I fly to the roof.
No, we're not. We're not leaving.
I'm
Is that his
leaving.
turn? Is Ringside's turn now?
He goes next. Yeah.
I ain't fucking leaving.
You don't tell me what to do, Taurus. I'm not your slave.
Whoa. You're not my slave because you have purpose.
Protect evil.
Wait a second. Hold on. Is Meld with Stone a spell?
Yep.
Then I use Counter Spell. Boom.
Don't you have to know the spell to counter it?
No?
You just know that they're doing spell-like stuff.
It's a tattoo of Counter Spell. It's gonna cost me 750 CP though.
Yeah, you don't need
Can
to.
you use your reaction though to try to attack him?
Oh, I did. I didn't use my reaction. Never mind. You're right. Never mind. I didn't use it. Save my money. We gonna find him. We gonna find him. We gonna find
You
him.
need to see him anyways to do a counter spell.
Well,
Was the air elemental blind?
I don't think the air elemental can be blinded.
I don't know about that.
It has 60-foot dark vision, so I assume it has eyeballs, not blind sense.
Well, I guess it would obscure its field of view because there's just silt in the way, so sure, yeah. It doesn't have eyes that can
Wait, hang on.
have an effect on them, but it could have the silt in front of it just obscuring the view. Anyway, the creature seems to sink into the ground and disappear.
Okay, does the air elemental know that's what happened?
Vaguely.
Can it tell me that?
There's nothing you can do about it, so whatever.
Says you.
What you got? Hit me with your best shot. According to the book, the only way to deal with a meld with stone is to mine the stone until it is totally destroyed, which takes hours.
well, lucky for you guys, I got an iron weapon. I'm gonna smash this fucking stone.
Yeah, but you're
So what happens if you?
you're only able to breathe down here for a minute. Or hold your breath down here for a minute.
Straight stone that motherfucker out of there.
Constitution. My constitution says otherwise.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, even minutes of holding your breath isn't going to be the hours of mining it takes to get the stone completely destroyed to pop this creature out.
The DM might call for a constitution when you try to accomplish
So-
tasks like the following. Hold your breath.
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on. What if I meld after him?
You want to meld with stone and go after him? Boy, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I did not plan for that.
Go for it! Shoot him, motherfucker!
Go fight him in the stone, I dare you. That would be wild. I don't even know how that's possible. Can you have a fight while melded with stone?
More just transform into
I'm just gonna check the
hurt
spell real
elemental.
quick.
I have never heard of that before. That would be so weird.
Couldn't Morg transform into a hurt elemental and go and find him?
Not until we have a
Uh,
short rest. Using shaping into a elemental uses both my wild shapes in the at once.
he is right though. With that power, you would be able to get in there.
Yeah. Just go
Okay,
again.
hold on. Let me see here. While merged, you cannot see what occurs outside the stone, although you can vaguely hear it. You are aware of the passage of time, can cast spells on yourself, and you can leave, but you otherwise are incapable of moving.
I can melt the stone.
Hang on a second. He's in there, but his brain also is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
You can kill it by destroying that stone.
it's true. He can be shunted out of the
That's
stone
neat.
if you totally destroy the stone. But like I was saying, it takes hours to mine stone unless you have a disintegrate spell.
I think I have a way around this problem.
I mean, you can. His mind's there.
Yeah, telepathically you can probably detect him. Some sort of detect undead would detect
you have
him.
psionics. You could probably do like a psychic lance to him still.
Well, he can't really be targeted in the stone. It's like a solid wall you can't see through. You could damage the stone, but it's immune to psychic damage probably.
That can't. If he's in the stone, does that? All right. Assuming that I don't need to see him, can I like hurt him from within the stone?
No. You can target the stone. He is the stone at this point. He is the bedrock.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my original plan then, which is to try to confront him into try to go into the same stone to push him out.
If you also meld with stone, I will allow you a grapple and strength test to drag him out of the stone.
Yeah, it does say if.
All right.
Hold on.
Is there any specific part of the stone that he's in?
Yeah, in the
So
ground directly
here-
under where he used to be standing.
All right. I'm just gonna have the air elemental become a funnel for the surface and go down there and prepare the ritual.
We could sanctify that ground against elementals.
Wait, I've got it. Okay, it would require we stay here for a bit, but how about we just watch the area, and then if he doesn't leave in time, the cleric can prepare the consecration and just make him leave.
So, here's the thing. Stone has an AC of 17. First of all. And I have a sundering weapon. So I can sunder this stone. I need a 17 to bring it down to a 15. And then I can just keep whacking at it because I could probably hit it every single time. How much HP does it have, though? And that's the question.
Wait, I had a different idea. Do we know any creatures that devour rocks?
Taurus's hammer does.
Okay, it's not a creature.
Why
what would
are
it
we
take to
trying
melt
so
the
hard to
stone?
kill this thing?
What would it take to melt the stone,
Because
Ninja?
it's
I
an
didn't get a
evil
hit on it.
undead, and I don't want to.
It is very
Oh, wait,
evil.
Can I try that religion check it?
Yeah, go for it.
If it's
I
undead,
do
can't
that
you do a
religion
turn
check?
Yeah, we
undead?
gotta kill that thing.
Yeah. Now that you've seen it, roll the religion test. Let's see what you get.
You want assistance with religion check?
Sure.
I can help you there.
Aha. 24.
24 is pretty good. Okay, so you think you've heard of such a creature before. Silt crags are undead created when a cleric dies in the opposite element of what they worshipped in life. So a water cleric who dies of thirst in the Silt Sea will become a silt crag. The anguish and trauma of dying to the very force that he had devoted his life to opposing is sometimes enough to transform a cleric into a wicked and bitter undead. The elemental lords of the new power quickly enslave such an undead cleric to their service, thus turning a water cleric into an priest of anti-water, of the silt element. You know, they have
So,
turn immunity.
he's a fire cleric?
They can't be turned except by the original element they were. So only a water priest would be able to turn this undead silt crag. Fire priests can have no effect on it. It also has regeneration. It also has intelligence and all the abilities it had in life. And in life, this creature was both a powerful scion and a priest.
Was he a water cleric?
He was a water cleric.
So he would be a good sacrifice right there.
Wait, but he's enslaved to the fire god.
No. He is enslaved to silt, the element of silt.
But I thought it had to be the opposite element that you were.
The
So
opposite
Silt
would've been
is
air.
the opposite of water.
Okay.
There's a table that has quite a few things that are the opposite of water.
Mhm.
So, Ninja,
okay.
it says that so stone has an AC of 17.
I'm back, guys. I don't know if
Welcome
I-
back.
I don't know if
And
we're done already.
It has like the spell Wall of
Hello.
Stone has 30 hit points per inch of thickness.
So, Will, the creature broke free from your grapple, and then it used an ability to pull the silt back in around itself, blinding everybody. And then in the blinding, it cast a psionic sorcery where it could use a second ability as a bonus action. And then it used that ability to cast Meld into Stone. And once melded into the stone, it sank under your feet to where it cannot be gotten to. And Taurus is like, how can I break this ground open and get at it? But it would take so much time and
Wait,
damage.
Stop.
Wait a second.
Wait. Is meld with stone is the spell like on?
It is a duration of 8 hours.
What if I do a dispel magic on that?
Dispel magic.
Yeah, you can try it.
I'm gonna do a dispel magic level 4 on it.
Wait, before you do that, I give you my ring of probability.
What?
Well,
Does
okay.
that
Gives
require
me a ring
attunement?
in the middle of the thing?
No. I'm just gonna do a level 4 dispel
no,
magic.
it does not require attunement.
Yeah, well, I guess in that case.
Well, it's a psionic object, so maybe it don't work for you.
Everybody here's psionic. They all have the feet, the free feet that I gave
I'm just
everyone.
saying, if you hear me out, Wall of Stone provides guidance on the AC and hit points of walls made of stone. I mean, it says there's 30 hit points per inch of thickness. So if I do 30 damage, it's separately per each inch, right? If I do 30 damage in one hit, that breaks 1 inch of stone. So I just need to hit a 30 every turn, and I can eventually break a few inches of the snow.
Or we could just make him leave.
I'm
Yeah.
casting dispel magic level 4. Ninja.
All right. I think that works automatically. It doesn't even have a roll.
It depends on the level of the spell that you casted.
Okay, so the creature takes like 50 damage when it's shunted by force, but I don't think it takes any damage if it's shunted by a spell. So the creature pops out.
Yippee!
Restart initiative.
Hey!
Cuckoo!
What's
Wait
up,
a second.
bitch?
How are you
So the-
all breathing down there?
They're holding their breath.
I did it from a distance.
Yep.
I'm holding my breath. I don't even know if the creature is here next to me.
It just appeared.
You are
but-
currently blinded by the silt.
I'm underwater. I'm under silt. Yeah.
10 feet deep in the dark.
I will need to use body equilibrium to get back up, probably.
Should have planned this better.
I'm right here next to you, buddy.
Yeah.
You would have seen me walk up.
What
Wait,
a-
did you guys break
I'm
the
not gonna
stone? What
see
did you
a
guys
thing.
do?
What I'll let you do
Dispel
is
magic
Oh.
the creature.
what I'll let you do is
Before
jump
we-
up as high as you can jump, and then equilibrium, and then jump up as high as you can jump, and then equilibrium.
Okay, sure.
I forced it out of the ground.
By breaking the stone?
Yeah.
No,
by
he used to
breaking the
dispel
spell.
magic.
No, dispel magic.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, well that's on his turn, right?
Yep.
Fuck, so it's Morg's turn. Because I would have spent my turn hitting at it.
Yeah.
If you dispel magic while it's inside, won't it take the shunting damage?
No, because the minor physical damage to the stone, the partial destruction or change in its shape, it didn't do either one of those, and it didn't completely be destroyed.
He does
So, like,
fall
it-
prone when he's
Basically,
expelled,
like,
though.
If he had
If you do a shatter spell while they're in stone, that's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you fall prone in an unoccupied.
Because I thought there's like a different thing, like it like has to do with like teleportation. Like if you teleport inside solid material,
Oh yeah.
then you take physical damage and you get pushed outside. I thought it would be something similar like
some
that. Like
sense-
he shouldn't be in the physical object because his
Right.
spells failed.
Yeah, because if the spell
Or
ends
him.
immediately, then I don't know.
Hmm.
Instead of him willingly
DMO
move out with the spell.
DM already ruled on it, so let's just go ahead and.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He's popped out. What are you gonna do, Morg?
I mean, he's still immune to wind, so I can't really do anything. I'm just waiting for you guys to deal with it.
if he just goes back in,
What, another meld into stone? Boy, that would be annoying.
Well, what gets me is
actually,
he cast
what
those
I will
spells.
do.
Well, what gets me is he cast those spells while he was grappled. That's the thing.
Most of his magic is psionic.
No, he broke his grapple.
Oh, he broke the grapple. That's
20
right.
Yeah, we have to roll
you're
for
right.
it.
You're right.
A lot of psionic powers don't require his hands or anything. He just thinks and they happen.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But he did roll a 26 to break your grapple before he did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't going to be able to move into the stone if he was grappled, because you don't have any movement when you're grappled. So he had to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he above the silt now, or is he still down in the silt?
He is laying on the surface of the bedrock.
Under the silt,
in
though.
the silt.
Yeah, he is in the silt. You are considered blinded.
I thought we were leaving, and I flew up onto the ship.
Yeah, if you want to.
Unless I wasn't allowed to do that because it wasn't my turn yet.
Well, we're on your turn right
You
now.
already had a whole turn.
So if you want to fly up there, that's
Okay,
fine.
Then, yeah, I would just fly up, and I would untransform. I would go back to being Morg, and I will just hold action to, or I will produce flame and hold action to throw it at him if he comes out above the sill. If you guys haul him out.
Okay. The silt crag stands up. Dramatic pause for attacks of opportunity.
Oh, I guess we.
Well, we don't get attacks opportunity if it's blind. If we're blind.
You have a good point there, huh? Okay.
Does it, when he molded into the ground, like, does he lose concentration or whatsoever on the spell that he's casting?
No. Most of his
Doesn't
spells
that-
have durations.
Doesn't that take concentration to go in the?
Meld into Stone is a duration spell, 8 hours.
Okay.
No concentration required. I was careful about picking his spells. Most of them do not require concentration. Alright, so he stands up. You
Hold on.
didn't see it.
Do we not see it when he stands up?
No, because you're blinded by the silt. Okay, he's going to try that thing he tried before, where he tries to slap Taurus in the nuts. 28 to hit. I think I hit you.
Oh my God.
He did.
Is that exceptional?
No. No. 22.
Nah, you're probably going to make this. Okay, for your next 3 turns, you get to make a con save.
Get to make a con save.
At the end of each of your turns, you get to make a con save. If you fail 3 of them, then for the next 7 days, your skin will fall off.
Wow.
Which gives you disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and attack rolls that use strength. Or no, wait, that's the wrong one. That's Filth Fever.
Is this a curse?
Flesh Rot. It's a contagion spell. I have a feeling you're going to beat it, though.
Okay.
Alright, so he casts Contagion, and then he's going to bonus action Sorcery. I have to look this spell up real quick. I think you get a strength save, if you want to roll that.
I get a strength save right now?
Yeah. Against this second spell he's casting.
Oh, okay.
Actually, do you weigh over 1,000 pounds?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm back. My thing shut off.
Okay, so what happens is a tremendous telekinetic force hits you and tries to push you, but you're too heavy.
Yeah, 1,500 pounds. 13.5 feet tall.
Yep, telekinesis is limited to 1,000 pounds or less, so he thought he could move you, he could not. Okay. Back to you guys. Ring sight, Oren.
That's why I can't ride out the cakes.
Do you guys just want to do a persona and say everybody dog piles to finish?
Yeah, it's getting late.
It's getting late. All right.
No, I want to hit him.
Well, go ahead. Roll your attack. It's only got a few hit points left, and it's gonna be Ring Sight, and then Orin, and then you, and then Sia, and then Grimorn, and then Morg, and then the thing. But the thing's not gonna
fireball it.
The thing's not gonna make it more than a couple actions here.
19 to hit this time,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hit it for all this damage.
Okay, so when you defeat the creature, it only has 2 items in its possession. It's wearing
5.
it's wearing an armor breastplate,
Wait, hang
and it's
on.
got its half moon blade.
Ooh, and they're all
Does this
magical.
count as a sacrifice to Mr. Fire?
Well, Chris already said he thinks it would be a good sacrifice and wants to make it.
Yeah, the enemy. Yeah,
I'll
would
grab
be.
the.
Well,
I'll grab
can
the
you
body.
sacrifice something that's already dead? Is that the rules?
Well, we just knocked it out.
I mean, the sacrifice is the burning of the body.
Yeah.
Killing it's
Yeah,
incidental.
that's fine.
I'll grab the body and I'll jump up to the deck.
Although you do get bonus points if you torture something before you sacrifice it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to torture undead though.
I'm sorry,
I'll
what?
jump up.
It's from the Book of Vile Darkness. There's a whole table of buffs.
But it
Have
is
an exalted deeds version of that.
it is undead. It's evil, and it is from water cleric. So
He didn't choose to be evil. It's not his fault. Exactly.
well, I don't care about that. It's, semantics.
Anyway,
So you bring the body on board. Everybody struggles to get back up onto the ship. The dwarves threw ropes
I
down,
know.
so everybody either jumps or climbs or flies. Everybody gets back up onto the ship. The captain screams for the moles to get back to work and continue forward.
I'll do
I
a detect.
picture Orin does
I
like a
bring up
double
the-
jump like Mario. Like,
I think he's doing like the quadruple jump where he jumps up 5 feet, jumps up 5 feet, jumps up 5 feet.
I'll do a detect magic on the 2 items that he has.
They are both cursed.
They're both cursed.
Both cursed.
sacrifice the whole thing, baby.
They're cursed items.
hang
but
on,
they're-
wait, really quick. I need to do a couple things. I was meaning to do this, but I couldn't use the freaking thing shut off. You know the silt runner that we caught before?
Yeah.
Those things don't speak a language, right?
No. Too primitive.
Do they count as beasts?
No, they're still humanoids. They're just very primitive.
Wow, that is incredibly annoying. That's the worst of everything.
Yeah.
Is it still trying to eat my hand?
If you get close to it, it will bite at you. It doesn't like being in captivity. It is a wild... Well, I don't want to say beast after immediately saying it wasn't a beast, but, you know. It's a wild creature.
Whatever, that's an idea for another time. Just bring the corpse of the thing, of the one who died out of the sand and
I've already brought it on the deck.
Oh, okay, then a little funeral rite for him.
The captain bemoans, "Look at all the damage this thing did to me ship."
What is this this character's level? HD or level?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Alright. The items, if we sacrifice them, does it give a bonus?
Wait, I want to know what the items do.
They're cursed. That's
I
all I
still
know.
want to know. The cutlass is cursed.
I will remind you that even if an item is cursed, it doesn't necessarily mean it's all bad. And there could be ways to remove curses.
Well, we can have to get them identified by our dude.
Yeah, that. How do we do that?
That's good.
It's a little tricky to keep a bunch of cursed items in your possession without getting the curse, but if you can manage to remove those curses, they might be valuable items. Many a shady dealer has also tried to sell cursed items at a profit.
Well, we can ask for our friend to identify them. I'm interested in that chainmail though, but if it's cursed, well, chainmail, what is that? The medium?
It's actually a breastplate. The undead is wearing a breastplate, and it's got a curved half-moon sword that's unique.
Can we get them identified then? We have our friend on the boat that can do one identify per day, I think.
Which one?
Which of the items?
Is there a party consensus which one you should do?
What do you guys want to do?
I want to know
Let's do the
about the
armor
moon
first.
blade.
We'll do the moon shape sword, I guess, first.
I think we should do the armor so that we don't have to take it off of him. We can just burn it with him on it, wearing it.
Well, it doesn't bother. It doesn't matter. We can wait the next day to identify the other one. So
We can't wait till the next day to burn this body, though, can we?
no.
We can. There's nothing forcing us to do it now.
That's what I'm saying, is we need to know if we can take this armor off of him or not.
Let's do the armor and then we'll see the
Why?
moon crescent thing the next time.
Okay.
Whatever.
If we're gonna burn the armor, we might as well leave it on him instead of catching the curse by taking it off of him.
So today's
Oh,
identify
fair enough.
will be the armor. He carefully, without touching it, begins to probe it to understand it, and he says, well, I'll just put it on a card and you guys can read it.
Not a card. I can't read that.
I'll throw it in Discord too.
I'll read it to you. The sickening, desiccating water cleric's breastplate. It's a medium.
Oh, well, that's incredibly useful right there.
Attuned by a water cleric, so it's nothing for us, right? Plus, it's
And it grants
For a
the
water
amazing
cleric,
power to breathe underwater.
so this would be something Gormorn would want to fucking destroy anyways, because it's for a water cleric.
Besides being completely useless.
I'll sacrifice that item for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Does it give a bonus or?
Yeah, +1. +1 magic item gives you a +1 bonus.
Can I get some assistance? Can I get advantage on this?
If somebody else rolls a religion and beats a DC 10, then that gives you advantage because they're helping you with the ceremony.
Somebody-
I don't have
Alright.
religion proficiency, but I'd
I
like to help out.
do. Someone needs to roll for me. I left.
Okay. I have rolled. Oh, you're in luck. I rolled a 17 natural.
Ooh.
23.
All right, so that gives Krios advantage.
If I'm
Krios
not proficient
sacrifices.
in religion, am I still able to help out?
Nah, you cannot do the help action unless you are proficient in that skill.
And I'm gonna use my
You know, I need
bardic inspiration that I got earlier.
Sure.
as a zealot of fire, can I participate in the ritual?
Everybody on the boat is helping.
In order to get
Everything
bonuses, he's going to want as many people watching the sacrifice as possible. So he's probably going to want to call all the moles and all the dwarves and everybody together.
Yeah,
No,
how
no,
many
no, but I'm
people are
saying-
on the boat?
I have a question.
29 dwarves, the captain, you guys.
Oh, I'm rolling around.
The
Yeah.
silt runner, the
This-
silt runner, the air elemental.
I don't know if they
Well,
count.
David,
Oh,
as a zealot of fire, is there anything I can do to assist him to get an extra plus?
Just watching. He needs you to watch. He needs you to be an observer in the crowd.
I get a 31.
Alright.
this guy wouldn't happen to have had a name tag, would he?
No. No
Hi,
name
my
tag.
name is.
Slim Shady.
I rolled a 31 sacrifice.
One sacrifice. Let's go.
I could have
Oh,
been
thank
much
God.
better.
You know that fire dragon that you made disappear? I thought I would redeem myself.
Well, give us a new
Pay
pet.
it forward.
You should ask. You should ask the fire god, the fire lord, for the Lord of Flame, for all the loot from the fire dragon.
Yeah, I wanted the skin of that drake.
For a second, I thought you were gonna ask to just let him have the drape, and that would have been freaking horrible. You killed its child and then enslaved it.
Yeah. I want a fire drake as a pet.
I bet you do.
Terrorize all the villages.
That feels like a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
I want a wyvern as a pet. You know,
Why?
my
You're
wyvern's
too
still in
heavy for-
tier.
Yeah. I want it to be my mount. Wouldn't that be
Well,
nice?
before I got the headband of intellect, my character was convinced that he was gonna have this wyvern as a pet.
And
To be
now-
fair, he remembers about the wyvern. He's not sure what to do with it, but he
Isn't
hasn't ran out of time just
Yeah,
yet.
isn't the wyvern now being being kept by a beastmaster or something?
Yeah, the Beastmaster's holding on to it. However, I told him to wait till we get back before they kill it. Like, they're not allowed to kill it until we return, and I'll kill it myself. If I can't tame it, I'll kill it. So now that I'm smart enough, I know that we can't tame it. If it's a wild animal, we'll just go ahead and kill it, but we'll do it as not as a sacrifice, but as a show to the gladiators. Like, you know what I mean? Like in front of the
Yeah,
cemetery.
it's like a creature to fight in the ring.
On that
Okay,
note, I'm
Uh,
okay, wait, this is done.
you gain a divine power. For the next 24 hours, you can imbue one weapon of masterwork quality with firepower and make it a permanent magic item. But you have to use this ability within the next 24 hours. So you need to pick a mundane weapon and make it a magic item.
Oh shit!
It has to be a mundane one though. It can't be already magical.
Nah, it wouldn't work if it was already
How
magic.
about a ballista?
Oh, that's a weapon!
That is a weapon. You can make it a +1 magic ballista if you want.
Oh shit!
We'll make yeah, we'll make a magical
No.
ballista.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me.
That is out of nowhere.
It's a magic item now, so it can't
Wow.
be by like regular means.
Huh.
That's a pretty good idea there. I wasn't even thinking about that.
I was not expecting this.
Well, thank you.
Does it need bolts now? If it shoots
Oh, of course it still needs
magical?
bolts.
No man, maybe we should have made the boat magical, and it would have been the magical.
Weapon.
The fireboat?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a that's a big ask. Look,
fire ballista.
that's pretty
Damn,
cool.
You guys are good. You guys are good.
All right.
Okay,
So
when
the
you're
plus
done
1
with
fire
this
ballista adds a d12 extra fire damage on any hit.
There you go.
And it makes
Okay,
and
when
it
we're
makes
done
the
with this
ballista
adventure, you need to
damage
hire
magical.
someone.
Yep.
Someone needs to be hired in the interim to haul this to Tyr above the Temple of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair,
I kind of figured you were going to be hauling this yourself, Taurus.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring it with us off the boat. I'm just saying. I'm gonna strap it to my back and haul it to wherever we're going.
Also,
We're gonna
that
set
got
this
me
shit up.
thinking. I'm just gonna release the Silt Runner because the thing about the Wyvern and the Wild Animal is like this is probably a waste of time. So it's just I'm making my own little sacrifice to the winged elephant to freedom and all that.
Well, that's not really a sacrifice if you let him go, but I get the
I mean, it's kind of a
I get the
sacrifice.
sentiment.
Oh, for the winged elephant, if it's about freedom, then I guess it would be.
All right.
Yeah.
All that happened during the night. The next day, the dwarf identifies the other magic item, which I'll put on this card.
Yo.
Pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
This one
How
is
close
also
are you
cursed.
to finishing the fire tree armor.
3 days, 2 days, something like that.
Okay. Sorry, continue
You know
the
what a
curse thing.
Necrofex Colossus is? Sorry.
Oh,
to
what?
interrupt again.
I think I've heard of that. There's
A
like a dude on
necro-
YouTube that does videos of D&D monsters that are rare and obscure. I think I saw it on there.
That's not a D&D monster. It's a Warhammer thing.
Plus one.
Is it? Man, that sounds like something in D&D.
Water
It's probably in
elemental
both.
shard
I'm
of
just gonna
frost nova.
please post the thing in Discord too, so I can see it.
Oh, in a 10-foot radius?
What is it?
It does a burst of cold in a 10-foot radius centered on yourself.
Push back effect.
Pretty cool.
However, it's
I can't see the description.
I'll put it in the Discord for
That's
you.
like the worst fucking curse in this world.
Yeah, he doesn't like the he doesn't like the curse at all. He's
Hang on.
definitely put off by a weapon that
Filter
makes you thirsty.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
You can use an action to create a frost star that's while we on the sword, first with the thirst of the sea. Drink twice the normal amount of water. Thirst after one level of exhaustion.
But what if it was like an elemental wielding it? Wouldn't be thirsty.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not sure if that's how that works.
And this
Can
one,
I
unlike the other
start
one, does
solving the
not.
shreds?
This one, unlike the other one, does not say that you can remove the curse. So this one would destroy the item to remove it.
To be fair, it would be good for a guard of the water. Like as someone who
Wait a
like,
second.
manages
Water
the town's
cleric.
water supply, yeah, or the water supply, like at Bitterwell,
Water elemental
whoever's
shard
in
frost
charge of
nova.
the water supply.
Wait, I have an idea. If this thing constantly generates an aura of frost, could you like burn the area around it? Well, no, it's just cold damage. So it's not making ice. So, all right, my cheating didn't work there. Oh well.
That's an interesting weapon.
It's unique because it's a two-handed weapon that has been made versatile through masterworking into a one-handed weapon.
Yeah. That's pretty
So
cool.
more like hand and a half,
like
like a bastard
Taurus.
sword or
It's
something.
like a
Yeah.
really freaking sword, like strong one-handed sword, pretty much.
That's what Taurus does.
Do we know of anyone who doesn't need to drink water?
Like a fire elemental.
Earth elemental.
Or an undead. You put it in the hands of a zombie and it won't have to ever drink.
Oh yeah, you
Sacrificing
could
each
give
other.
it to you could give it to one of the people at the tomb, the curse of the tomb of the winged elephant. One of those undead could wield that
Could do
thing.
that. That's an idea.
Yeah.
Also, let's
That'd
not
help
give
protect
the
the
sword that creates the aura of frost to the fire creature.
I mean, you probably wouldn't like that sword just because it's like a water item.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that would be another item to sacrifice, pretty much.
Nope, I'm keeping it.
To Creus, this
Flaming
item
sword.
would probably seem evil.
The question is how are you going to transport that weapon?
Wait a second.
No, I'm not touching
It
that
doesn't
thing.
say. It says while wielding the sword, and there's nothing stopping you from putting it down.
That's true. But if you ever wield it during the day, you get thirsty. You have to drink more water.
Oh,
Works
so
up
the
for one
curse
level
is
of
actually
exhaustion.
not so bad after all. It's only when you're in combat you get thirsty.
Well, no, not when you're in combat. It doesn't. I'm not sure if it's like you have to wield it like for a certain amount of time, and then it applies the exhaustion. or
It's
if
as
you
soon
can
as you
put
draw
it
the
down,
blade.
down.
As soon as it's in your hand and you've drawn it, you have to drink a whole extra dose of water that day.
I thought curses, you can't put stuff, you can't drop cursed weapons without a remove curse.
Well, different curses have different effects. Like this particular one, it just has the effect when you use it.
Okay.
So it's all about the wording of the item itself.
What
Well, it says
characters do we know
if you're
that are like,
already exhausted?
Oh yeah, that would suck if you were already exhausted.
Yeah.
what characters do we know who are tied to the Silt Sea? There's
The
the
Silt
Silt
Sea?
Sea. Like, who else do we know who like lives here?
Giant.
About the friends we made in Bitterwell that um, Thieves Guild.
Yeah, but they're dealing with a water shortage. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
this isn't where.
Yeah, it's not really a bad
This
idea.
isn't where.
Like, hey,
where
here's
you know what?
ultimate cosmic power over the cold, but
Silver
the freaking
you
thing.
die.
Sell it
Silver
or
Springs.
give it to somebody that can use it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Silver Springs. They have an
Yeah.
oasis.
Sending
The elf-
spell to the
The elf.
undead
elf
lad
guy.
at the
Guys, hold on. The elf guy there has a water cleric, and they have their own oasis.
Mhm.
They would probably give you good money for it.
They would like that item.
And we could get some more favor with them.
What would we-
And to be fair, just so you're clear, Taro, they are your closest outpost to your
Okay.
winged elephant people.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go, guys. It's getting late, and I gotta get up early.
All right.
But
too.
in the evening, what I'll do with my character, I'll do some mending and help with the fixing of the boat.
Me too. I've got proficiency in manned vehicles, so I want to help with that.
Man,
Yeah, I'll help.
this thing got all fucked up.
Yeah, I'll help try to fix it too. I'll hold the beam up with my strength and like let them put it into place. And I'll be the crane and that kind of stuff. Are you ready
We
to
have a
save it?
magic ballista.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the rewind.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Back, right?
Night.
Bye bye.
I guess I'll go to die.
Alright.
Yeah, my Dan messed up really bad.
I don't even use Dan. I just tell it what to do and it does it.
Yeah, my ChatGPT did not like the fact that I was talking about Ulreg in Taurus. I cannot comment on or simulate the actions of non-player characters or other individuals in a fictional setting. However, it is important to remember that consent is a crucial aspect of any physical relationship and should always be respected and obtained before any actions are taken. It is also important to note that actions and behaviors in a fictional setting do not necessarily reflect appropriate or acceptable actions in real life. Oh. Oh, and you saw that picture I put before about the mountainous place at like 9 o'clock.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to solve this absolute fuck up that's going on here. Man, spawning this board ruined everything. Because, like, after it reset the entire table, the thing wasn't initialized anymore on one world. Man, that
Oh, because I rewind it, huh?
just fucked everything up. So hopefully that map is not too badly broken. It was just like not
Good.
behaving right. Wait, yeah. I'm gonna hit end here, and then it's good to save now.
Alright, so if you scroll up just a little bit before you said Ulrich, that's the picture of a Goomba, is what it's called, a Gampa.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it.
The Himalayan monks, Tibetan monks live in,
Cool.
on top of mountains and stuff.
Is that what you were trying to think of?
Yeah, something like that is what I'll end up making.
All right, up in the
Like an
mountains.
outpost like that. Yeah, but you see, if you see how it has like a road going between the mountains and stuff, I'm thinking I'll do something like that, so that